Monday, grievances galore today. I suspect. I'm sure everyone's got a few, right?
I would imagine so.
Well, I think
I know my wife does.
I think this
I
Monday,
definitely know she is hot.
I'm not sure why anybody would have any reason to be mad today. What are you talking about?
No, well, just you stay tuned, baby bird. We gonna feed you this information. We gonna let you know why they mad, and they are hot. Still on my tweet line. I need to talk to.
Is that what it is? The tweet line.
My tweet line. Need to talk to the Twitter people.
And it's up on the First Bank tweet line
as well. But on my Twitter, they were still going in late last night. Just hot.
It's been going all weekend. Well, since about 2 o'clock or so on Saturday.
Yeah.
That was not good. That was not good at all. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna let you have at it, so to speak. Because once again, the outstanding work done by the American Athletic Conference officiating crew, superb.
You like it?
They are on top of it. They are nailing it. Power 6, for sure.
Definitely P6 refs.
We got the refs this weekend were just awful across the board, really. And there was an egregious mistake in the Penn State-Iowa game, similar to the Memphis one, but I think nothing tops the end of the Memphis-Temple game. That was insane. Joey Magnifico screwed out of a catch. What more can you say? It was extremely costly. I don't think that Memphis deserved to win that game based on how they played throughout the bulk of the game, but they were on their way to probably winning it anyway, which, that happens. There's a lot of times that you, over the course of a season, you will win a game. If you're having one of those special seasons, you'll win a game that you don't deserve to win, that you'll win one that you didn't play very well. You messed around and had a terrible half or something like that, and you'll win it anyway. They were on their way to doing that. They were heading in that direction. And then they weren't. And it was all thanks to an incredible decision by the officiating crew. This one, oh boy, I don't know. I don't even know where to begin with this one. You cannot explain to me. Well, I'll tell you. Well, let's go set the show, and then we'll get into it. I don't want to get too. So we're going to set the show. Today, obviously, is all about reactions. We're going to talk about a weekend that was frustrating, illuminating, irritating, nauseating.
Okay, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Bloviating.
All right. That's a word I definitely got to look up. No, I don't. I know bloviate.
Yeah,
I got it. You said bloviate before.
Yeah.
I got it.
And so much more. We'll talk all about it with you here in the Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56, 96-1-87-7. You can get in touch with us in so many different ways. You can call us at 360-8255. That's the number, 360-8255. That's the First Bank phone line. You want to get in on the First Bank text line, you can do that as well at 67129. That's 67129. Would love to hear from you via the text. A lot of you cannot call. I get it. You got stuff going on, but you certainly want to be part of the show. That's an easy way to do it. Make sure if you've not joined the text team yet, you have to simply text 56-JOIN. Do this one time. So it's the first time thing. If you've never texted before and you want to start texting, just text 56-JOIN to 67129. That one time you do that, and you'll get a confirmation text, and then you're locked and loaded. And then at that point, you can just text 67129 all day, every day. You're good to go. Save it as a contact. It makes it very easy. We are all over your social media platforms, Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, at Sports56WHBQ on all of them. So please hit us up there. I'm at Peter Edmiston on Twitter. He is at ConRadicalness.
Follow me, please.
Unless you're going to disrupt his safe space.
No, it's no longer my safe space anymore. I beg you to follow me at ConRadicalness. I need followers so I can continue to follow people recklessly.
CJ, as I discussed the other day, hit the follow limit. Like you even Twitter, as screwed up as it is, knows that you don't need to be following literally everyone. So
I want to follow literally everyone.
Yeah, but they know that's not a good idea. So they tell you, like, hey, you've reached your limit there, buddy.
I wanted to follow Lindsay Thury. They wouldn't let me follow her.
Yeah.
Now where am I going to get my Rams coverage from?
Literally hundreds of other places. Or just go to her page directly. If you really want her coverage, just go to twitter.com/Lindsay Thury and you can see all everything she tweeted.
Okay. That might be what I have to do.
Yeah.
Or
if you just really want to.
Or I can do what I already did and just create a couple of
burner accounts
to follow.
How do you figure what this is unwieldy, man?
Do
you even enjoy that?
Problem.
You're just opening up like
and just scrolling through.
Just scrolling through for what?
Kill time.
You got other ways to kill time, surely.
No, I don't.
Really?
What am I going to do?
Read? Read a book?
I am reading.
No, read a book.
Or that's the same person
like
talking.
A magazine article?
That's the same person talking. I need different people talking.
Boy, this is.
Give me short sentences.
This is strong.
Complete thoughts in short sentences. That's what I need. Break down complex issues. And what's the character limit now? 180? 280? And 280 words or less. Don't give me a whole book on that. I don't want to sit there and actually have to read and think and digest stuff. Give me 280 characters. I got you. Throw a GIF in there. Or a GIF, however the hell we say that word now. Throw that in there. Hit me with a couple memes also. That's what I need in my life.
Well, it's weird what you're doing. I don't understand it. It's weird. It's strange. Bizarre, but neither here nor there. Short thoughts, complete thoughts in short sentences is the name of our album today.
Well,
it's a great name. To give you an update before we get into anything else, CJ has an updated record of 12-27-1 after a disappointingly, merely bad and not catastrophic weekend. You know, we really were hoping that you'd continue this run. You're still on a great run. Don't get me wrong. I mean, 12-27-1. For people that are fading CJ, you're still up. You still had a profitable weekend. Mm-hmm. We've been spoiled, quite honestly. I mean, let's just be honest. We've been spoiled. It's been a beautiful, beautiful time, and it's not bad. It's just your winning percentage now is down to 67.5% against the spread from 70. And by winning, I mean losing because everyone's fading you. So that's the thing. That's still good. That's still really good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you're right there. You're right there. You're still way ahead of everyone else.
Thank you. I do what I do when I do what I do when I can do.
As for yours truly, it was a 3-3 weekend that should have been 5-1, but should have beens or they don't pay you for should have beens. Hawaii was just a bad pick on my part. I really
That was my lone loss in college football this weekend.
Was Hawaii?
I had a 5-1 record in college football this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I should have. If Florida played great, honestly. That was the least 2-touchdown loss ever. Like they played really well and just at the last little bit, just kind of couldn't quite get it done. Had opportunities late in the game and yet again didn't. Had second week now that I've had a team with first and goal inside the 5-yard line with a chance to cover and
just didn't get it.
It's very annoying. Anyway, Mizzou, same thing. Like Mizzou just housed Ole Miss. Like Mizzou beat Ole Miss far worse than LSU beat Florida.
More like Ole Miss beat themselves far worse than LSU beat Florida.
Fair enough, but I couldn't bet on Ole Miss against itself. So
you should be. If that was a thing, I could get rich off that in a hurry.
I had to stick with Mizzou, but again, a 12-point spread, it's an 11-point loss. Like, so what are you doing? Come on, Ole Miss, you're killing me.
Well,
and Mizzou had a chance at the end of the game. They could have just but they were respectful.
If Ole Miss players wouldn't keep committing holding penalties when Plumlee's 15 yards past them, we might have actually won that game. It would have been close. It would have been close.
I don't know. Maybe. It was more of a the middle stretch of the game got a little ugly. There was a little sequence there.
Doubt.
It was
no doubt.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but Mizzou is your SEC East leader now, undisputed leader at the top of the SEC East after
losing to Wyoming.
What?
After losing to Wyoming,
they haven't lost in the conference.
Okay,
that's how this thing works.
Yeah, okay.
Undefeated in conference.
That's amazing. I wonder what Wyoming would do in
South Kakalaki. Probably not much, honestly, but you never know. I mean, they probably wouldn't finish last though. Vanderbilt.
What does Vandy do?
Oh my Lord.
People still think Derek Mason is a good football coach. I do not understand this.
No, I don't.
It's the degree of difficulty. That's all it is. It is. Vanderbilt is so bad historically.
You don't lose to UNLV.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt.
You got similar teams have similar issues, and Stanford's not an embarrassment.
True. Northwestern's
not an embarrassment. Duke's better, far more than not an embarrassment. So, that excuse. Tulane even is similar, is a very high level school, and so look, the excuses are no. Derek Mason he's got kind of a lot of strong Mike Singletary energy coming off of Derek Mason, which is bluster, a lot of big talk, and just very, very little in the way of actual acumen of coaching. Okay. Like you got that kind of that voice that's very, booming kind of voice, and you're like, oh, okay, and then like he's like, I'm gonna run through a brick wall, and then it's just nothing comes of it. That was very Mike Singletary, and yes, I would hope, fingers crossed, that they fire him. It's over, man. Come on. Let's just
20. You can't be 25 and 41.
For everyone's sake, it's over. It's over. So Derek Mason deserves something better. He'll probably have more help and better achievement somewhere else. So now, let's get to the meat on the bone here. The Memphis Temple game. Temple wins, and oh boy, CJ.
Yeah. When that play pops off, I'm distracted. All right, I got three games. I got 3 games going on, and I got a niece who, if I'm not looking at her, watching her do cartwheels, she will flip out and smack me on top of my bald head. Like, that's what she does. So I'm distracted. I'm watching got an eye on all of these games. And the replay goes, it's like, oh, okay, that is definitely a catch by Magnifico. They're going to go ahead and win this game. Mm-hmm. Good. Mm-hmm. Peter's going to get the cover, but they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I was like, that's great.
Which is cool. Great. Everybody wins in that situation.
Wonderful.
And then it is overturned, and my wife just loses her mind. She is screaming and cursing, laying the profanities down thick. And so, what just happened? They said it wasn't a catch. And I was like, I just watched the replay, and I'm now I have to mute the other 2 screens to turn on the Memphis screen to hear what is being said about why it was overturned. And I hear the announcer, who sounds like me for some reason. I hear him go, hey, that last replay, because of the NFL stadium that you're in, that last replay shows you where it clearly touches the ground. I was like, cool. I must have missed that replay. I can't wait for somebody to show me that replay so I can see the ball clearly hit the ground, so I can come in here on Monday and articulate why that wasn't a catch. All right? I waited an hour, and then I hop on my Twitter feed, and I'm scrolling through trying to find the video. And I find the video. It was like, that can't be the video. That ball did not clearly touch the ground. In fact, I'm not sure if it touched the ground at all, to be honest with you. And that cost Memphis the game. That and 4 turnovers by Brady White, which I'm sure we will get into as well. But that right there, you brought it up at the start of the show. Like, when you're a good team having one of these type seasons, you win games that you aren't supposed to win. And this would have been that for Memphis. But, the rest took it away from them.
Welcome to the life of an Ole Miss fan.
Always comes back to Ole Miss.
The cape is on today. I don't know why the cape is on.
SEC officials, man. Welcome to life.
Pause the Oxford stuff for just a second.
Oxford, man.
Just pause it for a second. Because, yes, this was... it doesn't even make sense. I don't even understand any of the logic behind anything that was put out there. What the conference said afterwards, none of it makes any sense.
No.
And I know that they're doing, right now AAC Media Day is going on, and Mike Oresco is speaking as we speak up in Philadelphia, which of course was the site of the crime, and I hope someone can find time within this basketball stuff to ask Mike about the football, because the officiating that we've seen consistently in this conference has been well below par. And then you have situations like this that pop off that are it's just a travesty. And as I said, Memphis on the bulk of the game, didn't deserve to win. This was not a very well-played game. You have major Brady White issues that continued to crop up. But down the stretch, second half, as we've seen before, this team got better. They were pushing in the right direction. And, 30-28, you're moving down the field. That catch puts you in position where, you're probably going to, one way or the other, sneak out of there with a victory. And, okay, keep it going. That's a sign of a team that's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
You win those games. You don't deserve to win the game, but you win the game. Well, the explanation, it's one of those that, like, if they had called it incomplete initially, then you had enough there to overturn that. Like, to me, this was an easy one. There wasn't even a dispute about it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he clearly gets his arm under the ball at the first possible opportunity. If the ball hits the ground, and I'm not certain that it ever does, he's got control of it. Hitting the ground does not just generally make it not a catch. If you have control of the ball, then it's a catch. He very clearly had control of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
This was like not. There's no. I mean, when I was watching, I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah,
no problem. Confirm this and let's go. To have it be over, it's like I'm so confused.
And you see similar catches, big catches in other games.
That was an easy
Brandon
catch.
Smith in the Iowa game had something similar to that. I can't remember the receiver in the Texas Tech, I do believe Baylor game, if I'm not mistaken. That game ends up going to overtime, and in one of those overtimes, there was a receiver who laid out, had the ball in his hand. It's in his hand. The tip of the ball touches the ground, but it is in his hand. And that counted as a catch. So you see across college football plays like that, similar plays like that count as catches. I just don't know what the rest were thinking about in this game.
I spent 10 minutes on video, slowing it down, pausing it, screenshotting, zooming in, looking at where the ball was. Like, there's no way you could tell if that was the ball. Is that his arm? Is that his shadow? Like, I do not understand if that is a definition of not conclusive evidence. Whatever's ruled on the field at the least has to stand if not confirmed.
No, and that's the most insane thing about it is that this is it was very clearly, like, I don't even know, you ruled it a catch on the field, which you should have, and then whatever you ruled on the field was going to, or should have been, I thought, there's no way it wasn't going to be the call. And in fact, if they had ruled it an incomplete pass, I think there's enough video evidence to overturn it. Like, it's so obvious. He gets this pass. It's a great catch from Magnifico because he has to readjust. Ball's well in front of him. But he jumps, dives out, gets the hand immediately underneath the ball and pulls it into his body, which is what you're supposed to do. Pulls it into the body, turns his body so that there's no chance that he's going to hit the ground with it. It was a textbook catch from the former St. Benedict product. It's exactly what you want. No brainer. I've watched it a million times. The ball, like, slightly shifts as he's pulling it into his body, but at no point does it touch the ground.
The ball is jarred at some point. The ball, because it goes from his chest to his waist.
Well, but he's pulling it in, and as his hip hits the ground, it kind of jars it. But
it's not on the ground though.
No, it's always in his hand. So it's I mean that you don't. Again, it was in his, and he pulls in his, the other thing is he pulls his legs up to kind of make a basket, so the ball kind of rattles around in that little self-made basket. But at no point does it hit the ground that I can tell. I mean, if it ever hit the ground, it would have been long after he had control of it. I don't even think it ever hit the ground. So either way, it was clearly. I mean, this is as clear a catch as you could get. Great catch, great situation. You're right there. You get that ball. That would be the 30-yard line. You've got a chance at that point.
Under 2 minutes?
Yeah, you got a chance at that point to kick a field goal, win the game, or maybe a few more plays, go in there, score a touchdown, whatever it is. And instead you lose. You got a minute 50. So I don't know.
Even if it's
67129. What the hell is wrong with this conference?
even if it's not clear, there wasn't enough in that video to overturn.
To overturn. That's the part that's
wasn't.
crazy. They overturned that. What? Like that's aggressive. Why are you doing this? So something's up. I don't know. I have no explanation for it. You could text in 67129.
Memphis versus everybody.
I mean, this is why it's Memphis versus everybody. This is why. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So your frustration as a Memphis fan, give us a call, 360-8255 here in the Family Leisure Studios. And then with the game itself, obviously you saw a lot more bad Brady White than we've seen in a while. And once again, we talk about the limitations of Memphis. As long as he's the quarterback, you're always kind of on eggshells about what's going to happen. And is he going to have one of these types of games where he's putting the ball on the ground, where he's throwing the ball around and not getting it done? I mean, so that's a separate issue, but I think it's no less important for where Memphis is going to go from here. 67129 on the text line, 67129. You can call as well, 360-8255. Another robbery, too, this morning in Philadelphia for Memphis. I don't understand that. It's crazy. It's crazy. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. It's
I hate when you do that. Whatever. And you keep doing it.
Yeah, I don't, because that's part of the gig, man.
Whatever.
Teases are part of the gig.
Can we just get to break so we can come back and talk about this?
No. I'm just going to keep stretching it out just to make you mad. That's also part of the gig.
Part of the gig is making me mad?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you do a great job at that.
Yeah, I know.
You're MVP of that.
I agree.
Greatest ever. Better than my little brother. I didn't think anybody could be better than Bama.
Proud. This is a proud moment for me. Let's take that break now. Come back. We'll tell you how Memphis got robbed again this morning in Philadelphia and much more. You can text in 67129. Call 360-8255 on the First Bank text line. First Bank phone line, Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Need physical therapy but don't know where to go? Tried physical therapy but had a bad experience? Grab your physician's referral and head to Revolution Physical Therapy at the corner of Goodman and Getwell. At Revolution PT, you'll get one-on-one, hands-on therapy. Better and more thorough than just going to the gym. Revolution is locally owned and staffed by neighbors who care about your maximum recovery. And they accept all major insurances. Certified in dry needling, expert in myofascial release. Always relaxed and friendly. Revolution Physical Therapy is just what you need.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. It is that time of year where the weather is unpredictable, and given the recent storms, it's a good time to discuss insurance claims. So here's a few things you should know. Always hire a local contractor, because if you have a problem with your roof down the road, you want to be able to find him. Never allow anyone to pressure you into signing a contingency contract. They're used as sales tools, making you feel committed, and the truth is, those contracts are not worth the paper they're written on. Be careful of door-knocking salesmen. Some are reputable, but many are not. They canvass the neighborhood and tell everyone to file a claim, working their percentages and not caring if you file a claim even when they know the likelihood of it being approved is low. Some will even damage your roof hoping to convince the adjuster it's storm damage. That's fraud, and contractors have gone to jail for that. So do your research and know who you're hiring. Five-Ash Roofing, the official roof of the University of Memphis Athletic Department. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai. It's happened again. Miramichi, that heaven in Woodstock, 15 miles north of downtown Memphis. Miramichi has been made the #1 public golf course in the state of Tennessee. 15 minutes from downtown, all this natural beauty, this very tough test of golf is there for you, and it's #1 again. They've improved again, too. They've made changes. They always do. They want you to have the best golfing experience you could possibly have. And they keep on making these adjustments. They've knocked down some trees. They made it easier. They have better conditions with grass. The greens, outstanding. And once again, they are #1. I also should tell you they've got new golf carts, and they've got these cool little things where you hook up your phone, it'll charge, and at the same time, you've got GPS on your phone. All kinds of innovation and a world-class golfing experience at Miramichi in Woodstock.
AC trouble? Make your first call your last call. Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60, and 24-hour emergency service is billed at normal rates. Your comfort is their highest priority. Contact airdoctorsofmemphis.com or call 901-598-HVAC. If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in a Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so, too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2019 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2019 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing.
This is Jason Mott. Join me November 9th downtown at the Column for our 8th annual Jason Mott Foundation Cornhole Challenge. Doors open at 6. For tickets and more information, click the events tab at jasonmottfoundation.org. Looking forward to seeing you out there, and let's strike out cancer.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Real cute. I gotta go see it.
Which version is this?
Aaron Carter.
Oh! Turn up, Aaron.
I don't know who originally sings it. It was his first one that popped up.
It doesn't matter. This is it. This is what it is right here. Come on, Aaron.
Who originally sings it? Peter seems to know. I don't know.
It's definitely not this. Candy is this is like a one-hit wonder 80s band. I want Candy. Mickey. No, that's the Mickey one. I forget who it is.
I'll have to try to find that out.
Yeah.
That was his first one that popped up. So
Is it Bow Wow Wow?
Bow Wow Wow. That's
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That's it.
It's like,
Not
wait,
to be confused with Bow Wow.
not Lil Bow
or Low
Wow.
Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Or regular Bow Wow. Regular size
Extra large Bow Wow.
Extra large Bow Wow.
Mhm.
Texter is discussing what you said, the NFL camera thing. Said, guys, that view has come out. There's nothing. Their physics are what they are. You can put an additional camera wherever you want. The ball is clearly not going to hit the ground. There's no camera angle. The NFL camera angle from within the stadium that they had extra access to, which, by the way, really an annoying situation. There, at no point should the people have access to cameras that they cannot show the viewer at some point within the broadcast. Like, ideally, before they make the decision. Because otherwise you are going to leave people very frustrated.
So now I'm confused. Is that angle out or is it not out? Because the stadium camera angle. Have we seen that? Because I thought we saw
I'm pretty sure we've seen it. I
thought we saw that, and I didn't see.
I have not seen. There's no angle that I've run across that we hadn't seen within, like, not too long after the game. I don't. Unless there's some like local TV camera or something I haven't seen, but I
haven't. Again, all the angles I saw, and the angle I thought was the stadium feed, and now I might be mistaken, but the angle I thought was the stadium angle wasn't enough to overturn it.
It's crazy. And it's so crazy, CJ, you're not going to believe this. It's so crazy that no less an authority than Golf Digest said it might be the worst call in sport history.
Who? What?
Golf Digest.
Let me give me that again.
The
Golf.
number one authority on football.
the number one authority on American Athletic Conference college football.
Isn't there a golf tournament? There was definitely a golf tournament going on this weekend.
I don't care about the golf tournament. I go to golfdigest.com. According to Christopher Powers of Golf Digest, I guess they're going for they've got something called the Loop that I guess they're trying to not do golf. It seems like a real stretch from the Golf Digest people.
Well, let's
just kind of stick with what you know. But anyway, the headline is, this overturned call in the Memphis to Temple game might be the biggest screw job in the history of American sport.
Whoa. All right, Chris.
So
bring it in, baby.
So there it is.
I wish I could give him a follow.
I don't want to be too hyperbolic, but this might be the worst call in the history of American sport, he said.
That's not hyperbolic at all,
not at
Chris.
all. You played it down.
CP.
Played it down. It's absolutely mind-boggling that officiating has gotten this bad, not just in football, but in all sports. He's just painting everyone with a brush. All sports now. Never has the argument that we need robots to ref these games been more valid.
Come on with it, Chris.
Chris is, you give Chris an inch, he takes several miles.
I'm on his Golf Digest page. 8.
Yeah.
9.
Mm-hmm.
About 9 scrolls down is where I see the first golf story.
Yeah.
Wait, except at the very top. Let me take that back. So there's one at the very top, and then it's just a string of other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but
I like it. CP bringing the heat.
So in any event, if you watch the play, I don't care what NFL cameras you have. NFL cameras cannot make things change from one state of physical action to another. The NFL camera cannot make the ball have hit the ground when it did not hit the ground. I don't care what angle you can put it from the blimp, you can put it from under the ground, you can put it from the pylon, you can go from wherever you want in the stadium. That is fine. There's no angle that I've seen, unless someone has an angle that is new to the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that I've seen that would indicate that has even a chance of hitting the ground.
All the angles I've seen didn't look like it hit the ground.
No.
And at the very least, didn't look like it should have been overturned.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, and that's what this texter says. I mean, the point is that, like, to overturn it is an aggressive response.
Mm-hmm.
You could even, demur and say, like, well, okay, well, you can't confirm the call on the field, but it stands. Like, that's the classic deal that they do. You could have that would have been if you were maybe unsure. I think it's very clearly a catch, but even if you're like, well, maybe it's not, you definitely can't overturn it. There was definitely not enough evidence, as this texter points out. I feel like it's pretty surely a catch, but it's certainly not a catch.
Correct.
So that's all you need.
Once you make the call of catch, if there's not enough to overturn it, you keep it rolling, man.
And it's overshadowed the game. Texter said, yes, it should have been a catch. However, Brady White had 4 turnovers, which is why we lost the game. Let's admit he's just an okay quarterback. Doesn't play worth a flip against good teams. You'll not hear a disagreement from me on that.
I got nothing for you.
You will not hear a disagreement with me on that one. This is kind of what overshadowed the actual game itself. This whole controversy at the end, and it almost, CJ, it almost gives, I won't say an out, but it lessens the result a little bit. It gives you a chance to be aggrieved rather than go in there and really look at what went down.
Yeah,
because what went down was problematic, especially in that first half where it was just all. It started pretty bad and just kind of got worse for a while, and Memphis, frankly, was lucky at this point to have been down 9 at the half. I mean, they could have been, should have been
more.
Yeah.
Had Temple been able to take those fumbles and interceptions and turn them into more than 6 points?
Yeah, touchdowns and field goals, yeah.
or even get an additional 6 points, because Memphis defense played well enough. They held Temple scoreless on 2 of those possessions. So if instead of it being 19 to 7 or something like that at the end of the what quarter, the halftime or something like that, they had tacked on an additional 6 points. That's a
It was
completely
23.
different-
It was 23-14.
23-14. So instead of that, it would have been 29-14.
Yeah.
Like that is a different game right there all together. The Memphis defense did enough to give this offense a chance to find itself. And Brady White, for whatever reason, in the second half, he is such a better quarterback in the second half. First half, he meanders about and flails about. And in the second half, he is a better quarterback. And I'm not sure why that is.
You have a theory?
No. Like I can't theorize on that. I have
Why not?
no clue. Well, I gotta do it recklessly. We can get reckless with it.
Come on.
I mean, I guess they go in and make adjustments. The defense comes out in with a certain game plan. Memphis's coordinators, Mike Norvell, they look at it and they say, "Hey, we're gonna make this adjustment." And Brady White goes out there and executes better. And maybe there's something there for a rhythm or something like that. But I honestly don't know.
The Brady White is a classic example of a quarterback. If you just look at the numbers, you don't get the full story of what the issue is. Because numbers-wise, he's completing 70% of his passes, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Sounds pretty good, right?
Sounds great.
But this doesn't take into account the fumbles, doesn't take into account some of the bad passes, doesn't take into account the level of opposition. First half, I was curious about what you said. First half, his splits, he is 68% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Second half, 72%, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So not a lot statistically different in terms of what he's done. Now, and now as far as like his fumbles and stuff, I don't know. I don't have that broken down into quite such granular detail. But the numbers that he throws out there are certainly not terrible. But in fact, they're good. It's just, boy, some of the situational stuff that you see. And again, from an opposition standpoint, this year we've talked about, when you play better teams, does he play better or does he play worse? Generally speaking, when the competition gets better, he tends to play worse. That's been the case the last couple of years. And you saw it this year for whatever reason in this game, that amount of time it takes for him to get going. He's really one of the most frustrating players I can remember. Because you do see glimpses. He made 2 or 3 really good throws in that game, like he does most games. We're like, okay, yeah, all right. Got it down the field. But by and large, I just don't think he's good enough. And I think he's going to get you, as you saw in this game, into trouble. If you had a quarterback who was just a little bit better, you probably aren't in the position where you need that Magnifico catch to seal the deal. You probably are in better shape because Memphis is I think a better team than Temple by and large. But that's not how this thing works. And you make those mistakes at that, especially quarterback, you make those mistakes, you're hard to overcome that, man. 4 turnovers, hard to overcome.
And they almost did it.
They almost did it.
Yeah. And they should have did it. Yeah. On the road against a good Temple team, they should have won that game. They might not have deserved it, but they should have won the game had that call not come into play. And that think about that for a second. Like, they played a terrible first half. Brady White had all of the turnovers in the first half. They had no rhythm and sustained no drives, didn't have any momentum at all in that first half. And they come out in the second half and they go out and they ball out. And they had every opportunity in that second half to win and would have won. I think they would have won. Don't know if they score a touchdown, if they make the field goal, but it looks like they win if that is called a catch.
Crazy stuff. So the dream of the New Year's 6 is severely damaged.
Okay.
I would say. I don't think it's completely over, but Boise's going to have to lose probably twice, depending on how everything else shakes out. Because they've got that Florida State win it's not that good of a win, but it's an okay win.
Come on.
It's on the road.
It's a win over a team that
it's a Power 5 win on the road.
Okay.
That's
right.
It's
a Power 5 win on the road.
Memphis is, Memphis has a Power 5 win, but not on the road. Ole Miss and Florida State, if they played, this would be a far cry from that opener in Orlando a few years back. 2 dogs barking on the porch is what that would look like, but nonetheless, we'd see who would be the.
I wish I could disagree with that, but unfortunately, I don't think I can.
It's at least both teams have fallen quite a bit. Whew. Florida State, my God. Yeah. That was done by halftime, buddy.
Yep.
Wait, I didn't even. You picked Florida State to cover a spread?
27?
I didn't even realize you picked Florida State. What are you thinking?
They don't have any pride to not get.
No, they don't have any pride. Why would they have any pride? They don't want to play for that coach.
They can't get beat by 25. You don't got the athletes to lose by like 24.
Nope.
Like a man.
Nope.
No, they don't.
Nope.
Clearly, they don't.
God. Lost by all the points. All of them.
A lot of them.
Good
Not
God.
all of them, but a lot of them. That's for sure. Whoo, boy. Okay, let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here. Get those texts in on the First Bank text line, 67129. Call us 360-8255, 901-360-8255. We're live in the Family Leisure Studios. Peter and CJ with you on The Experience. Dairy Boys in the building.
In the house.
Celebrating candy. It's National Candy Day.
Dessert day.
Oh, National Dessert Day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. What's your favorite dessert? Think about it. We'll tell them after the break.
Give me a second to think about
Yeah,
it.
we'll tell them after the break. Ooh. Favorite
That's a
dessert.
tough question.
It is a tough question. Think about it.
I got it.
Back after this as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Did you know Davis Motorhome Mart is one of the top 10 Tiffin dealers in the U.S.? Come tour the 7.5 acres of beautiful travel trailers, motorhomes, fifth wheels, and toy hauler towables half-tons. Motorhomes from 27 feet up to 45 feet from brands like Winnebago, Coachman, Puma, Highland Ridge, and Tiffin. Take advantage of Davis Motorhome Mart's big blowout sale on 2019s and 2020s on their way. Stop by your gateway to travel freedom. Davis Motorhome Mart at 1145 East Brooks Road in Memphis. Call 901-332-3414 and cruise by the website davismotorhomes.com.
How you doing, people? And if you're in the market for a new Chevy car, truck, or SUV, new or pre-owned, see my guys at All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch. They will treat you like a star. It's simple as ABC. A is the All-Star Challenge to beat any written offer from any Mid-South dealer, or they buy you a tank of gas. B, better buying experience. They value your time and make it quick. C, customer care. They want you to be an All-Star family member for this car or truck and all the other ones you'll ever need. And before you head to All-Star and Olive Branch, check out the inventory at allstarautogroup.com. Silverados, Equinox, Traverse, Impala, Camaro. They have all you ever need with the best Chevy lineup ever. So don't go to Collierville, the Pike, or South Haven. Find new roads to Olive Branch and All-Star Chevrolet. Minutes from anywhere in Memphis, or go to allstarautogroup.com. Just mention you heard about them on this station and you'll get a Malco movie gift card when you test drive any All-Star Chevy you want.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Williams Equipment Supply is your homegrown, locally owned Bobcat dealer in the Mid-South. And with Bobcat's leading technology backed up by our staff of factory-trained parts and service techs, contractors get their work done efficiently and profitably. Whether you prefer to rent, lease, or own, Williams Equipment Supply has what you need at a price you can afford.
This is Sam Watson, your Memphis area Bobcat specialist. Call me at 901-326-6429 and let me help you get the equipment you need to get the job done.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
I mean, National Dessert Day, right?
Hey, you got to play this.
This song is about cherry pie, too.
Yeah, I thought everybody knew that.
100% about the actual food product.
Yeah, that's why we picked it.
Everybody knew that, I thought. Again, I've never heard it. I've only heard the hook. I've never heard the actual song. I hear that.
Hey, guess what you just heard? You heard the hook again.
Yep. I hear that certain acrobatic dancers like that. Okay. Huge cherry pie fans.
The folks who
What are acrobatic dancers? I don't know if I'm familiar with those.
Kansas, the Kansas, big fans of the Jayhawks.
Mm-hmm.
Rock chalk, all that.
Cherry pie?
Rock chalk cherry pie. Well. So what's your favorite dessert?
Cheesecake.
What kind of cheesecake? Just straight up cheesecake?
I'll take straight up cheesecake. There's a nice spot downtown that does it's in I do believe it's historic Main. It's off Main Street, but not the part where the trolleys are only allowed to drive, the part where trolleys and the cars can roll. It's
on
called
Geo Patterson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheesecake corner. Great cheesecake.
Great
Love
cheesecake.
It. Love
Great.
it.
Good spot.
It's outstanding.
There's a little spot called Cheesecake Factory that you might not.
It's terrible cheesecake. Get that stuff out of my
What?
face.
It's
I can't stand
great.
Cheesecake Factory
Cheesecake
cheesecake.
Factory is delicious.
Cheesecake Factory is fantastic.
It is not. Get that out of my face. I don't want that garbage.
That's just a
That's
wrong.
a terrible
That's just
take.
a wrong. That's
Oh, my
wrong.
goodness,
That's
CJ.
objectively wrong.
That's about as bad as that Call Memphis Temple game on Saturday.
I mean,
Come on
that's
now.
just objectively wrong right there, buddy. We can like more than one type of cheesecake.
You most certainly can. I agree with you.
And Cheesecake
Except for
Factory
Cheesecake
is
Factory
objectively
is
very good.
No,
It's the reason
it is
why
not.
they're a factory.
It is not.
They
It
make
is
it
not
in a factory
that
back there.
good. Cheesecake Factory
I'm not
cheesecake
saying-
is not good.
That's
Okay, well,
foolishness.
whatever. Maybe I went to the wrong factory.
Promise
then.
you, if you
maybe
would-
I need to go
if
through
you
a
did a
different
blind
factory.
taste test, you would not know. Well,
I-
you might know the difference, but you probably wouldn't know. You'd enjoy it.
I guarantee you, I'd spit it out and be like, "That'd get that out of my mouth right now. Don't want that on my taste buds."
No. Cherry pie. That's my favorite. So, song is important.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Okay,
I love cherry pie.
nice. Peach cobbler's up there for me also.
Not a peach fan. It's peach. Sorry, it's just not. I don't know. For dessert, give me cherry pie. Cherry pie. Oh, and cherry. Anything cherry related. Big cherry fan.
I've been to a lot of family functions.
Cherry cobbler also delightful.
Cherry pie. I don't think we've ever been served cherry pie at a family
Oh,
function.
that's a shame. That is a shame. Oh my, that's cherry pie is so.
Cherry pie is an all-American.
You
man.
put
That
like
is-
I mean, apple pie sucks. Compared to
Hey, listen, you get no complaints from me on that
apple
one.
pie is the most overrated dessert. Like everyone, it's not that great. There's nothing that apple pie gives you other than if you just absolutely adore the taste of apples and fine. Okay, that's you're, I like apples just fine, but there's nothing that apple pie gives you from a dessert standpoint. Taste wise, everything else. Cherries do it better. There's more moisture. There's more juiciness. There's more tart. That tart and sweet combination is. You put a little ice cream on there, or a little whipped cream. Oh, buddy, that's America right there.
Banana pudding is outstanding.
Oh, my goodness. That right there is my favorite dessert. You just got it.
I do love banana pudding. You know what? That might be better, actually.
I make a good banana pudding.
You've put me on the spot here. I do love banana pudding. You make a good banana pudding?
That's one of the few things I can make well.
I mean,
I'm not a bad cook, actually. I'm actually decent at it. But yeah, I love banana pudding. It's so good.
Do you put chunks of bananas in it or no?
No. Good. But no. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's sliced up, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, not like huge chunks.
But you put slices in there?
Yeah, slices.
Wrong. Don't do that.
Peter just wants vanilla wafers in the pudding, dog.
Yeah, don't be. Yeah, you just whip. Get those bananas. I don't want chunks of banana in there.
That's fine. No, you put bananas in there, Austin. You're doing the right thing.
No, you're not. It's not.
It's
put a little lemon juice on them first, though. It's one of the things I do.
Right.
Believe it or not.
You could just not put them in there, and that saves everyone the trouble.
But I'm not a huge fan of bananas, ironically, because I love banana pudding. So it's very strange for me.
It's because it doesn't really taste like.
It doesn't taste like a straight up.
That's
banana.
why you don't want those bananas in there. It doesn't need to taste that much like banana. It's not a real banana type dessert. It's more about those.
The banana hate is here. I didn't know we were getting into this.
Although you call that a banator, CJ, that's what you call that.
I've created a monster. I'm so sorry, everybody. Let's take a break. Come back. Hour number 2. I said it. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's too late. We got so much more to get to. More of that. After this, as we continue here on The Experience. Peter and CJ with you. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is. It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail. So you get the haircut you want, and of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the tea tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The tea tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. And we give you this toy monkey, which will bang its cymbals when the right resume appears. Okay, there is no monkey.
I said there is no monkey.
But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Listen up, Rebel fans. You can now listen to Rebel Yell Hotline on 87.7 FM or on the web each and every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. If you can't listen to 87.7 FM, Sports 56 has made it possible to listen online each and every week. All you have to do is go to sports56whbq.com and click on the Rebel Yell Hotline banner to listen. That's Rebel Yell Hotline each and every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on 87.7 FM or on the web at sports56whbq.com.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
National Candy Day or National Dessert Day. No one ever would use Tootsie Rolls as a dessert, I don't think. My kids, actually, they like Tootsie Roll. I taught them to dance a little bit. They're pretty good at it. Not as good as CJ.
CJ, please don't bump your camera.
Yeah, for God's sake, don't.
Please
don't.
don't.
Hit the table.
Please don't hit that
Please.
camera.
We threw like some James Brown in here. Uh-oh.
I
think we blew something.
Man down.
We blew a quad. Quad City DJs. You look like you blew something there.
Oh, man.
In the last one.
Yeah.
You went for the split. That was
I went to dip. And,
that's how
and
ACL tears happen, CJ.
I can't come back up like that.
Yeah, he just. If
I dip, I stay down.
Yeah. When I dip, and then I'm down.
When you dip, I dip, and we just down. We're just down.
When I dip, and die.
And
apparently,
pretty much.
That's it. Back with you, hour number 2 here on the Experience. Peter and CJ with you. Austin Eldridge producing the program on National Dessert Day. Another great dessert cake of all types. Especially, and they're not paying fee for this, but I wish they would, Costco. Great cake. Costco brings the cake in an unbelievable
So it hits differently.
It hits extremely differently. What they do, you got to understand. I mean, that's one of your things. Like, you get a Costco. There's certain things at Costco that are they're worth the membership. Cake, high on that list. Because it's like $20. Like $19, I think. I think it's $18.99. It's a full like sheet cake.
Yep.
With 2 pounds of mousse in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched they just kaplow, glop, it's like chocolate cake with chocolate icing and chocolate mousse, and it's so moist.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty strong. I gotta say, as a dessert situation, very strong.
For the wedding, I tried very hard to get my wife to just go to Costco and get a sheet cake.
You cannot do that with a wedding.
Why not?
It's a wedding cake, man. It's not. Wedding cake is
get a small cake with all the decorations the way you want it, and then just serve everybody from the giant sheet cake.
I mean, people would have been very happy to eat Costco.
Oh yes, very.
No
very
one is
much
unhappy
so.
to eat a Costco.
Very
cake.
much so.
No one is unhappy to eat a Costco cake.
But we had delicious cake anyway. And it was real good, and I had a Ninja Turtle cake. So there's that.
How about that? Fair enough. We've been talking about Memphis getting screwed in Philadelphia, and we saw it on Saturday with the Temple situation. It was not good.
Mm-hmm.
Not good. Don't know how that was overturned. It's insane. And then this morning, the media covering the AAC picked not Memphis to win the AAC on the men's basketball side.
Weren't they tied for first?
No.
Oh, wow.
They were not tied for first.
Okay.
Houston.
Wow.
Edged them out.
Can we review that?
Apparently,
do we have
can.
NFL? Do we have NFL cameras?
Apparently,
overturn that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can review it, and you're probably still going to get the thing wrong. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. So,
They don't want to give Memphis credit.
I mean,
they don't want Memphis to ascend to the heights that Memphis basketball, I want to say, is accustomed to, but that Memphis basketball has been several times during several long stretches in the program's history. They don't, and some of this is Penny Hardaway and the way he's gone about doing the recruiting and the coaching and how he wants all the smoke and how he is not giving you typical coach speak, and that rubs coaches the wrong way sometimes. And he didn't come up the traditional way. He didn't come up the way that everybody says you have to come up. The conventional wisdom would say you have to come up. And it rubs certain people, certain media members, certain coaches the wrong way, and they just won't give him any respect. He has to go out there and earn it and take it.
At least they did say that they did vote James Wiseman the freshman of the year.
That was unanimous, if I'm not mistaken.
Right?
Yeah.
Eli Savoy clarifies for me here. Thank you. Said the coaches did tie. They did tie. Houston
okay, the coaches did tie.
Votes.
Yeah.
7-4, I believe, was the first place voting on that one.
Okay.
So, my apologies to the media members, who I'm sure will get it wrong. The coaches will get it wrong. That does seem, at least James Wiseman is the preseason freshman of the year, which again is it's always a weird one to me. I don't really understand the preseason player of the year, freshman, all freshman, player of the year stuff, all that. I don't really get. Like, Jaron Cumberland is going to be your player. Like, I that's cool. That's cool. But what does that even mean? We haven't done anything. Like, we've literally not.
It's a drum up the hype machine.
Have not even spoken.
Let you know.
We haven't even really spoken yet. We haven't. So the hype machine, I think the hype machine could do fine without you adding that little fuel to it. I don't really understand.
Well, we have talked about college basketball today, if not for these preseason, as senseless as they are.
I guess,
if not for these preseason accolades that are being dished out.
But is us talking about college basketball like have any bearing on them selling any more tickets or any more? I mean, for these teams, no. Memphis is going to do just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Houston will get whatever support it's going to get. They're very well supported typically. Cincinnati, there's nobody that's going to be like, oh my God, this is.
It's the trailer before the season gets started, man.
Yes, all the conferences do it. I'm not saying it's fine to do it. It just feels weird to me. I never understood, preseason polls of any sort are stupid and preseason awards are stupid because what are you getting awarded for? Well, he was named preseason player of the year. Okay, well, great. What for what? Like he's the guy we think is going to be the best?
Yep. And oftentimes
do they give a preseason
we don't want to budge
Bowl?
off of that.
Like, do we have a little announcement? The NFL has announced that the Patriots are this year's preseason Super Bowl winners.
They don't need to.
Why do they? Nobody needs to. They don't need to do this. They do it just out of, S's and G's, but they don't need to do it. It doesn't mean anything.
I got you. I was trying to figure out what the S and G's were. No. I got, but they do. Again, this is to, I guess, get you excited and get you ready and fired up, get the passion flowing for you before the season gets started, so you're ready and you're anticipating it and you're excited about it. And while it's not going to sell more tickets, it is certainly going to generate a buzz about the sport and about your conference that the American needs and other conferences need. Otherwise, we're not going to talk American basketball today.
We probably would when they do interviews and stuff.
Okay.
Dexter says blackberry cobbler on the dessert.
All right,
that's good. Blackberry, any cobbler. I'm
down with cobbler.
I'm generally okay with just about any sort of cobbler. So
yeah,
thumbs up right there. Dexter says Brady White's numbers are similar to Jalen Hurts. Numbers. Okay.
Let him finish the thought. Let him finish the thought.
Stop there and just
digest it.
All right.
Let my man or my lady finish.
I'm excited. I'm teasing myself here on this particular. What could this possibly? Where can we go from here? Okay. I'm excited. All right. Let's resume. Brady White's numbers are similar to Jalen Hurts' numbers, being that the box score doesn't really justify the outcome. A lot of times when you look at Hurts' numbers, one would think he had a mediocre day, when in fact he played a very good game. Brady's numbers say just the opposite. Okay, we went in a different way than I was.
It was a twist. It was M. Night Shyamalan.
Thing took me on a ride.
The twist, the ups and downs.
Oh, okay. So I would dispute one of the central points here. I think Jalen Hurts' numbers are quite good. Generally speaking. His numbers have been excellent. He's thrown for a lot of yards, and he's also run for a lot of yards.
Yes.
And within that, he's also thrown a lot of touchdowns and run for some touchdowns too. All those things have combined to make him a very effective player. So I think his stats are pretty indicative of the kind of player that he is. Brady White, not so much. I do agree with that portion of the text. I think Brady White's numbers are inflated to some extent. If you just looked at the numbers, you would not get the full picture of who he is. I think if you looked at Jalen Hurts' numbers, you kind of get a full, to the extent that you can get a full picture of anyone looking at numbers. I think if you look at Jalen Hurts' numbers, you're like, yeah, that's pretty much, he's really good. Like he's a really good player. So he's, 98 of 137. That's 72% completion percentage, 17 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions for 1,758 yards. He's also run the ball 74 times for 630 yards and 8 touchdowns. I think that gives you a pretty good indication of what we're dealing with here. So almost 2,500 total yards.
In some of those games, and it's crazy to say, especially, you throw for 415 yards and then you rush for another 70, but that doesn't tell the full story of, hey, when you watch this guy with your eyes, the things he is doing, forget the stats, the things he is doing is remarkable. Like the stats to your point, highlight the fact that he is really, really good at this football thing right now. But when you sit down and watch, you get a better feel for just how good he is. I don't think the Texan was trying to take away from Jalen Hurts' stats necessarily. I think it was, hey, he is even better when you watch him with just the naked eye. And Brady is not.
No, I would agree with that. And it is interesting because when you look at completion percentage as a function of how good you are as a quarterback, you got to look at the offense. Again, like, downfield stuff. What are you throwing? Like Memphis throws so much
screens.
I mean, so many screens, so much short stuff just in general that, you would probably have, 50 or 60% completion percentage.
Damn right I would.
Maybe.
I would.
Maybe.
I probably wouldn't. I can't throw.
You can't?
No, I can't throw. That's why I didn't play quarterback.
That's a good reason.
That
excellent reason, in fact. That's actually one of the great reasons I've heard.
Yeah, can't throw. So
that's why you couldn't play. Otherwise, you were good to go.
Otherwise, I would have been a great quarterback. Probably the greatest quarterback ever. If I could just throw the football.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
interesting to think about that.
I'm relatively healthy. I had a broken thumb once, but that's it as far as injuries go. So I'm healthy. I'm durable.
Okay.
Just can't throw the ball.
Okay. Good for you. Yeah. Right on.
Also can't run for anything 40. I can get you like a 5.3, but as a quarterback, I'd be statuesque.
Probably so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't look like you're real fast.
No, Peter. And I'm slower than what I look like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. Okay. All right. Well, other than that, though, you're ready to roll, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Great information. Thank you very much for that. Everybody, CJ does not have any eligibility left either. So, you know what you do?
Is there an age limit on this thing?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right. Cool.
No, man.
Then, yeah, I got 4. I got 4 in you, or in me. 4 long years, Peter, in me. I got it.
Okay. Well, go get it? Question mark? Sure. Seems all right. We mentioned the in the SEC a few games of note. Most notably, the team that has jumped up to number 2 overall in the old rankings is LSU. As they beat Florida in I think a wildly entertaining football game. Particularly the first half. Excellent game to watch. 42-28 final. And down in Baton Rouge, Florida, again, this is probably the most, 13.5 was the line. They did not cover, but this is a moral cover. They morally covered this game. A moral gambling victory because they played really, really well and deserved on the balance of the play. If you're for scoring this thing like boxing style, they deserve to be closer than 14 points. They did not deserve to win the game,
Mm-hmm.
but they certainly deserve to be closer than the final score indicated. Really impressed with their offense and Trask, and 3 separate times they go on 75-yard. I mean, they end up with 4, but 3 in the first half, 3 in a row. After LSU scores touchdown, crowd's going crazy. They go on these 75-yard drives starting from after the touchback and just march it down the field. And so impressive in doing that. But LSU, man, they are ridiculously explosive. 11 yards per play in that game.
And that
I mean,
they're not supposed to do that against that Florida defense. That was the hype coming in, was Florida's defense is really, really good. LSU hasn't played that, and they're just gashing Florida on big runs.
On big passes, big runs, everything. I mean, it was they look, and I got to say, like, as of right now, thankfully they will play each other, and we could have the first 1 versus 2 in the regular season in a while, with Alabama and LSU in a few weeks, but they look like the best team in the country. LSU does, and
they should be ranked number 1. They should be. Alabama's up there because of clout. LSU has done more right now than Alabama has. Win on the road at Texas, beating Florida as well. Like, those are 2 pretty highly ranked teams that LSU has gone through and beat and looked good doing it. Like, it wasn't fluky.
No,
it wasn't.
Florida.
Florida Auburn was ugly, and Florida found a way to win that game.
I wouldn't say but that
LSU
wasn't fluky,
Florida
though.
wasn't
fluky.
ugly or fluky.
That wasn't fluky.
Florida Auburn?
Yeah.
Auburn had a quarterback go out there with, 4 or 5 interceptions?
Yeah, that's not a fluke, though. I mean, that's
just him being not a good quarterback, not ready for that moment.
Yeah, but you have to give some credit to the defense for that. He made some terrible throws, but you can't just say that's
that same defense that just got gashed,
and
that just got lit up.
I'm saying in that game you have to give them credit. I'm not saying that's the be all end all of their evaluation, but it goes on a game to game basis. But you got to give them some credit for beating Auburn. It wasn't just Auburn beating themselves. They did win that game. It was, especially considering what they've gone through this year. It's been a hellacious deal. And, you know, they had to come right from that and go to Baton Rouge and play LSU. LSU's schedule is much more favorable, you know, with regard to where these big games are spread out. Florida's had a really tough run of it early on. So no, I don't really think and I don't think we should diminish what Florida's done this year. And I also don't think we should diminish what LSU did. I mean, you know, Burrow, 21 of 24, 293 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he had as many touchdowns as he had incompletions in the game. And then that Edwards-Helaire kid who was just like sort of squatty Trendon Holiday, who's, you know, he's just hard to deal with. And 13 carries, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns for him.
134 yards on 13 carries, and we shouldn't question whether or not this Florida defense is any good?
No, I think we should question. It's not about the Florida. I think this is just a really good offense. I mean, I don't think you have to completely destroy their defense. I think, you know, your tendency here is like, I mean, if for example Auburn melts down, some of that has to do with who they're playing, because they didn't melt down against everybody. They played really well on the road 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks prior to that against Texas A&M, they played fantastic and won that game. Then they played Florida and melted down. Florida's not that much better than Texas A&M. A little bit better probably, but not a ton better. You got to give Florida some credit for that. And I don't want to diminish what LSU did by saying, well, they did it against a crappy defense or whatever. No, I mean, it's a decent defense. They've at the very least, they've been a very ball hawking defense. They've gotten a lot of turnovers. They didn't do that against LSU. I just give LSU credit. They played phenomenal. Like, they just looked completely. I cannot get over the change in Ed Orgeron. I mean, it's astonishing the what he has done in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
He has more top 10 victories than Dabo Sweeney in the last 4 years.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Are we including postseason? Or just regular season?
Do they play a game?
Yes.
Then we include. Did they play a game?
Because Dabo's good for at least one in the postseason. Sometimes 2 here recently.
Agreed.
That's wild.
The numbers are what they are.
And that's just wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It is impressive. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's bizarre. It's bizarre what has happened.
And that talent is there. That talent has always been there. Be it Nick Saban or Les Miles, now Ed Orgeron, the talent has always been at LSU. It is just about how you use it and can you maximize that quarterback position. And at LSU in the recent past, that has been the issue. And that's what got Les Miles up out of there. You don't maximize the quarterback position, and you've got the skill players around you to be elite. And now LSU has jumped into that tier with Alabama this season, with the other elite teams across the nation. They are, like I said, I think they're the number one ranked team in the nation just based off what they've done so far. But it's going to be great to watch them play Alabama. This should be like a fun regular season matchup betwixt the two. Betwixt.
Interesting.
Yes.
We said that last year. It was a 1-4 matchup, and it wasn't very much fun. 29-0, I think, was the final in Death Valley. So I'm a little skeptical.
Okay.
This is a different LSU team. Granted,
does this team not feel different?
Oh no, it's definitely
from
different.
last year.
Oh no, it's definitely different. Alabama's still Alabama, man.
They are.
I mean, there's just no getting around that. They win. Alabama, pretty comfortably handles Texas A&M. Not a real shock.
No.
Again, Alabama's got maybe a few issues. They haven't gotten a lot of pressure on the quarterback. That might be a little problematic in certain situations, but they're still. Again, the combination of Tua and those receivers, there's just very little that most teams can do with that. And
it was another one this week. It was another receiver
They got
this
4 or
week.
5 of them that are just amazing. All of them.
Good gosh. Just different ones. Of course, we know about now his name escapes me. Judy.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we know that name. But every week it's a different one running wild on somebody. Just getting them. Alabama, and then you factor in the run game with Alabama. Like that offense looks unstoppable with Tua at the controls.
He does. And Tua is a big play guy. There's no question. And those receivers, that's where this week they play Tennessee. Tennessee got a win.
Hey,
it happened.
Yo, forget that. Both your teams got wins this week. How'd the soccer team do?
They didn't play.
Okay, so you're 2-0. High five, man! Congratulations.
It doesn't feel that great. I'll be honest with you, especially the
Peter.
the Washington one.
You got to just live in the goodness of the moment, man.
I can't. But Washington, that was coulda, shoulda.
They won
barely.
Peter,
2-point conversion away from not. But
they won, Peter. They did the damn thing. Just celebrate it. Don't be down on them. Not this week. Be down on them next week. Still in the race.
I'm definitely going to be down on them next week. And same thing with Tennessee, though, played well. Tennessee actually played pretty well in Mississippi State. Oh my. It's getting ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Down in Stark
Maybe Joe
Vegas.
Moorhead should take the Rutgers job.
Joe Moorhead, Bob Shoop. We got some. They can't throw the ball. That's a problem. Especially because that would be Tennessee's biggest weakness, and could not take advantage of it at all. It was, the quarterback situation is rough.
Yeah,
it's rough, man.
They couldn't do anything offensively, couldn't run or throw, and some of that might be because they couldn't run. Probably because Tennessee was just in the box because they would throw the ball, throw the damn ball. You can't. We're not going to leave this area, which makes those running lanes non-existent for your back.
Well, the backs, anybody that was not a quarterback who ran the ball for Mississippi State, any non-quarterback person, 15 carries for 33 yards.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
No, that's not a lot. All the offense came from Schrader and Stevens, and they were two peas of a very ugly pod, which is to say, yikes. I don't know what the injury situation is with Brian Maurer, Tennessee. He looked he threw a couple of bad ones. He's a young quarterback. And Guarantano came in and actually had a touchdown pass, which was mostly done by the receiver, to be fair, but still, Tyler Bird made a nice play after the catch to get that. But nonetheless, Guarantano, I give him credit, man. The guy's handled the situation really well, in spite of what I'm sure is a lot of disappointment about how the season has gone for him. Personally, he's really seems to have embraced whatever happens and has been pretty positive force. So kudos to him. It was a much-needed victory. My man gets to come down off the roof of the car dealership.
Oh, that's the best part.
Because he wasn't coming down this week, that's for sure. So he needed this one big time. It was a much more solid performance from Tennessee. Now, that said, they're about to go get annihilated. 35.5-point underdogs against Bama. That seems low.
What you want the line at, 42?
It might get there. I mean, Tennessee's the biggest weakness of Tennessee is secondary, and the biggest strength of Alabama is, you guessed it. So, as I told a friend of mine, the only thing Tennessee has to worry about is that Alabama is better than them at every position. So,
outside
if
of
they
that,
could just get over that,
and probably better coached.
Well,
I think we
and a much better coach team.
Okay,
yeah.
But
other than the literally better at every position, and also better coached, with
and on
significantly more talent, and also you're on the road.
Mm-hmm. Outside of those things,
it's right there for you.
It's anybody's game.
You can get it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Lots more to get to as we continue here. We're talking about college football on this Monday. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
When you're sitting at work downtown on any weekday and you're thinking about what you're going to have for lunch, just think about 3rd and Court. Every day there's a different lunch special, and they're all really special. On Monday, it's the meatloaf. On Tuesday, it's the smothered pork chop. Wednesday, it's the incomparable fried chicken. Thursdays, it's Salisbury steak. And on Friday, the perfect fried catfish. When you're thinking about lunch during the week, there's only one place to think of downtown. 3rd and Court, where the daily specials are really special.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
Need physical therapy but don't know where to go? Tried physical therapy but had a bad experience? Grab your physician's referral and head to Revolution Physical Therapy at the corner of Goodman and Getwell. At Revolution PT, you'll get one-on-one, hands-on therapy. Better and more thorough than just going to the gym. Revolution is locally owned and staffed by neighbors who care about your maximum recovery. And they accept all major insurances. Certified in dry needling, expert in myofascial release. Always relaxed and friendly. Revolution Physical Therapy is just what you need.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. We'll also have a dolphin chatter excitedly in front of the perfect candidate. Okay, there's no dolphin. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
I love fall. The landscape is so beautiful at Town Village Audubon Park. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. Gourmet Chef Drew invites you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, daily check-in, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Sandman's coming, yes, he's coming to sprinkle you with sand. He'll say 1, 2, 3, and you will be in cotton candy land.
Okay.
Old school.
Okay.
Never heard this Elvis or whoever actually wrote it song in my life.
Elvis is CJ's favorite, as we all know. So the King of Soul is.
Come on. Like with this one, though. With this one. You know you shouldn't have did that with this one. More like the Thief of Soul, but whatever.
I knew what would happen if I did that.
Yeah, you knew. You knew you should not go there.
I couldn't. Come on, I can't resist.
What do you mean you couldn't resist?
Come on.
Good gosh.
Messing with you.
No, don't mess with me about that. Nope, I'm not going to laugh at that.
CJ's not going to laugh at that. All right. We've talked a tremendous amount of college football. A lot of grievances have been aired. Texter wants to know, and this texter's right. Does Bama really have the edge over anyone at kicker? No, actually, Tennessee has the edge over Bama at kicker.
Okay.
That is true.
Let's get this into a field goal game.
100% accurate, yes. Tennessee's kicker is better.
All right.
Bama's kicker in kicking situation is notoriously unable to be taken care of for whatever reason. I don't know why. They can get everything else spot on, but they cannot find the kicker. But we saw this weekend, and especially with that debacle down in Athens, Georgia, you cannot rely on college kickers for anything. Coaches, I don't care who your kicker is. I don't care how good they've been. One of my many sayings, going way back, if you got the Book of Peter, one of my many chapters in that book. Don't ever recruit a kicker. Don't ever waste a scholarship on a kicker. Just you find a kid that played soccer, who's a good kid, you like him, sign him up.
Okay.
You don't need to go out and recruit. There's no kicker that you can rely on in college this much that's worth all of that. And you saw it again. The South Carolina Georgia game was indicative of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, South Carolina. First of all, I don't. It was a credit to South Carolina. They deserve to win that game based on the way the entire game went.
Mm-hmm.
That said, the last 5 minutes of that game and then overtime was an absolute disaster.
Yes.
Of coaching, of decision making, of execution. Awful. All the it's like crazy stuff. Starting with Will Muschamp deciding to try to kick a game-winning 58-yard field goal on the road with like 40 some odd seconds left, giving Georgia a chance to like get the ball right around midfield, and Georgia's offense being what it was, they couldn't take advantage of it. But that was just light yourself on fire type stuff.
Well,
like,
and the issue was Georgia got the ball to the 30 and then decided to throw the ball again instead of giving Blankenship a chance.
This goes back to what we talked about. So they made Georgia's play calling was insane.
I don't know what happened to Kirby. He lost his mind.
It was really weird. Then they get into the overtime, and Fromm throws the pick. Great opportunity. All South Carolina's got to do, just go win that game.
Just go win it. First overtime.
Now, why are you playing for a field goal with a college kicker? Because it was 3rd and 2 on that first series, and my man just jumped into the ground, did not even really try to get a first down, was just trying to position his kicker at the right spot. It's a college kicker, man. I don't care.
You don't care if it's a true freshman quarterback.
I don't care who it is. No, I don't know.
Yep.
I would rather my offense that's played okay in this game and has all the. I'd rather just see what we can do. If we're forced to kick the field goal, fair enough. They were playing for the field goal.
Yep.
This was 3 runs, very basic runs. Let's just position ourselves right in the middle of the field. Your kicker's not that good. No kicker in college is that good. Maybe like 1 or 2 ever. Would I feel confident enough to do that? Maybe. Probably not. Now, if you have to kick it, okay. Like you saw in the second overtime. They had to kick it. They kicked it. He made it. It was about 8 yards, 10 yards closer, but he made it. When that pressure's on, you college kickers, man. And then Rodrigo Blankenship, one of the true, like, you know, clutch kicker type guys.
Goggles.
Yeah.
Is that Goggles? Yeah, that's Goggles.
Last week, same. You can go back to Tennessee, who had an opportunity playing Georgia. It was 20-14, and Brent Samaglia, who's an excellent kicker, one of the best in college football, had a 47-yard field goal towards the end of the first half to make it 20-17. He missed it because college kickers miss, and Georgia scores a touchdown, and just like that, it goes from 20-17 to 26-14. Again, why? In Blankenship, he was forced to kick it. Obviously, there's no other choice, but he missed it too, making the point. You can't play for your kicker. You just can't assume anything about college kickers. I don't care who they are.
Don't stop being who you are and what you are. If you're South Carolina, whatever you were doing got you to this point, got you to this overtime. So continue to do that. And if, like you said, if you have to kick it, then hey, you got to go out there and kick it. But don't play for the kick. College coaches, for some reason, they make this more complicated than what it has to be. If what has gotten you success in the game is bringing pressure on a quarterback, and you have been feeding off of that, well, hell, when it's third quarter and it's halfway through the third quarter and you're up by a couple of scores, don't all of a sudden fall to a quarter's defense. Don't all of a sudden fall to the prevent defense and give them, the opponents, a chance to get momentum and drive the ball down the field and make this thing interesting. Don't leave the game to your field goal kicker. Don't play for that. Play your style of football. Play whatever it is that you do. Do you. And then if you have to kick the field goal, kick the field goal. Don't play for it.
Yeah, that's the part that was frustrating. I mean, you had there was one sequence at the end of the game where South Carolina, it was before they attempted that one field goal, it was 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, and they were thinking about going for it and couldn't figure out what to do. Like, they were just standing there. They had about 8-9 seconds left on the play clock. Still, like, all just sort of standing around, like, not figuring out what's going on. Finally, they decide to go for it. They get up to the line of scrimmage. They're scrambling around. It's 4th down. Like, they were within field goal range. Maybe they're going to kick. Maybe they're not. They're scrambling around. They're clearly, like, in, all kinds of trouble here. And Kirby Smart calls a timeout with 1 second left on the play. Bailed them out of the like, what are we doing? I just thought it was just crazy, some of the coaching that happened in this game. It was an exciting game, but it was a incredibly poorly played last 10 minutes or so. And Georgia did not deserve to win. They did not win. They are not out of playoff contention.
No.
But the bigger issue for them is they just don't look like a playoff. They whatever that momentum, that good stuff, all that. Jake Fromm had a bad game, man. That was a bad game.
And he hasn't popped. He hasn't like jumped off the screen at you this year.
He's the leader in the analysts think he's better than he probably is kind of race that we got going this year.
Okay.
He's way up there. Because Dan Orlovsky was on the call. He said, I think he's the best quarterback in college football. Huh? Whoa. Said it during the game. Said it like after the game.
Okay. All right. Is he better than Herbert at Oregon?
Tua?
Well, listen. No. Listen, I'm Tua, Jalen,
Trevor
Burrows, just over here
Burrow,
someplace else. All of them are someplace else.
But
is he better than
the top of my head? And Herbert played great this weekend. I've never been a big Herbert guy. He played great this weekend. What about Justin Fields? I mean, he's not even the best Georgia quarterback from last year.
I forgot about Justin.
I mean, that's the one. That's the big question. Like, why did you pick this one? Well, obviously Justin had some extracurriculars, but
Oh, he's got to be hot at that. That was the first thought that came. Like, oh, they lost? Boy, I bet Kirby hot at that baseball coach. I bet it's icy when they pass each other in the hallways.
I wonder if Kirby had made an all out, like, you're going to be my starting quarterback, you're going to be my guy, you're going to be, like, if they had just gone 1,000 miles an hour to try to, would that have been enough?
Mm-hmm.
Would that have overcome the lack of, because obviously, what he went through from, racial discrimination, feeling like he's being targeted, feeling uncomfortable, all that stuff is bigger than the sport.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if Kirby had really taken like active steps, if that administration had really taken like major steps to try to do something, would that have been enough? I wonder if that would have changed his outcome at all.
And it's not like they haven't benched a really, really good quarterback because they ended up going out there and recruiting a better one. They got a quarterback, if I'm not, Eason came from here, right? Mm-hmm. They got a quarterback playing in Washington right now because they bought Fromm in, and Fromm was a better quarterback than Eason.
Yeah.
Well, if you keep going out there and getting better players, you got to play them, even at quarterback. You got to look at them and say, yo, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Fromm. But Justin Fields is better than you are right now. So we got to start this kid and then let him transfer. Let him go ahead and get out of there. It'll be interesting to see what Fields does for this offense. And I think it would be something similar to what Tua did for Alabama, where it just put them in, and instantly that offense is a different gear.
Yeah, I don't know that. Again, I don't know that anything could have necessarily been done, but it would have changed things.
Mm-hmm.
The coaching, though, is I was just.
And you don't see that from Kirby. You see it. We've seen it from Muschamp. You don't usually see those types of big coaching blunders from Kirby Smart.
It was really it was kind of shocking. But we've I think in terms of game day coaching, Saban's proven. Dan Mullen is really, really good.
Dabo?
Well, I'm talking about in the SEC.
Okay.
Let's just say SEC.
All right.
Dabo's fine. I think Coach O. Because do you know what Coach O did though? He went out, and this is a lesson for all of us. All of us. Never be too smart to stop looking for help.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have some humility within your setup. And at Orgeron, man, whether it was him or whether it was the administration or whatever it may be, he went out and they got the highest paid coordinators, the best they could possibly find, and empowered those dudes. And it's worked beautifully. You got to know what you're good at. And Coach O is excellent at being Cajun. He's excellent at that. He's good at making speeches that are somewhat coherent, but not really.
I still have no clue what that man is saying.
He's excellent at inspiring the fan base. They absolutely love the man.
Mm-hmm.
He's excellent at getting his team fired up and ready to play. He's a good preparer. He's a good line coach. He's an excellent recruiter. Those are all things he's very good at. But he was not good at, we saw, was X's and O's. What was he good on offensively scheming? No. But he just kind of offloaded that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worked beautifully. So sometimes you got to just admit maybe you don't know everything, and it's okay.
And empower people and make them feel comfortable making the decisions. Nick Saban has done that with his offensive coordinators. We talk about that all the time. What is going to get some coaches and what does get some coaches in trouble is their reluctance to yield that control, to give up that power on offensive side of the ball and or defensive side of the ball. As a head coach, you've got so much going on. You should be willing to pass that off to people who you trust. If you don't have people you trust, that is on you. You got to go out there and get them. And we see now assistant coaches are making millions of dollars. Ain't no cap on this thing, man. There's an assistant coach out there that you like, that you think can go out there and help you win. You got to go out there and get that person. Otherwise, you're running in place. Jim Harbaugh at Michigan.
Good solid win for your boys. 28-25 at one point.
I wish the people could see me in their cars. Go home, hop on one of these wonderful social media outlets, because we are there. Rewatch this video, and you will see the death stare I gave Peter after he said that.
It was a big one for sure. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here on The Experience from the Family Leisure Studios. You can message us at Sports56WHBQ on Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Those are those outlets that CJ was referring to there. You can go and see all the video that you want. We'll take that break and come back and continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find Real Sports Talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
The Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
I wrote this next song for a gal from Cheyenne. Should never have told her how Progressive's collision insurance covers injured dogs and cats. She said if they could love her pooch as much as she did, then so could I. Well, I couldn't. This next song's called Cat Person. It was a rough, rough night in Wyoming. The cat was out of the bag.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pet coverage not available in New Hampshire and North Carolina.
Now's the time to find your color, your paint, and everything to get started at the Home Depot. Transforming your home is easier than ever with the best savings online and in-store. Right now, you can find everything for your next project and get our best paint at an even better price. Save $5 on 1 gallon and $20 on 5-gallon buckets of Behr Marquee Interior, rated #1 by J.D. Power for customer satisfaction. For a limited time only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through October 14th. Limit 25 gallons per customer. See store for details.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
Did you know Davis Motorhome Mart is one of the top 10 Tiffin dealers in the U.S.? Come tour the 7.5 acres of beautiful travel trailers, motorhomes, fifth wheels, and toy haul or towables half-tons. Motorhomes from 27 feet up to 45 feet from brands like Winnebago, Coachman, Puma, Highland Ridge, and Tiffin. Take advantage of Davis Motorhome Mart's big blowout sale on 2019s and 2020s on their way. Stop by your gateway to travel freedom. Davis Motorhome Mart at 1145 East Brooks Road in Memphis. Call 901-332-3414 and cruise by the website davismotorhomes.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
You can make a sunrise, sprinkle it with you, cover it with chocolate and a miracle or two. The Candyman.
Hey!
Ooh, the
Saw that
Candyman
movie this weekend.
Which one?
Candyman.
The horror movie?
Yeah.
When you say it 3 times, is that right? Candyman, Candyman.
5 in a mirror.
Candyman, Candyman.
5 in a mirror. Yeah.
Was it scary?
Oh, it still holds up. It's terrifying. It is
about
still
Sammy Davis
really
Jr.?
uneasy. No, it's not about Sammy Davis.
Did he show up if you said Candyman 5 times?
Yeah, he showed up and gave you a concert in your bathroom.
That's kind of strange. That would be creepy for sure.
And the rest of the Rat Pack?
Yeah.
The King of Soul at it again.
I will not be angry at you like I was the last time. Let that slide.
I'm sorry. I was just pushing your buttons. That was, you know what? I was just pushing your buttons.
Yeah.
Intentionally, and I'm sorry. I'll for a rare time, I'll apologize to you.
Yeah.
Don't get used to it.
But you know what? He probably still won't thank you.
No, he won't. He won't thank me.
Well, right now, I can't thank you. You got the tally is, we're not there yet. Someday you're going to get there.
That's all I hope for. That's what drives me every day.
A little bit of news on the Grizzlies front. Over the weekend, the Grizzlies have elected to sit Jonas Valanciunas for the remainder of preseason. That would be not that long, honestly. The regular season opener is a week from Wednesday, so it's not like you're. It's really sneaking up on you. I don't know if people realize how close we are to the beginning of the
NBA should do
season.
NBA should do some preseason awards so we can get this thing rolling. We can talk about it. We'd be more aware.
It's definitely happening. It's here. So what apparently as I understand it. Let me give you the lowdown as I have been told. The Jonas was very active, of course, this summer in the FIBA World Cup and all that stuff, doing a lot of crazy things and getting after it, playing really, really hard. He's into representing his country. Some guys are, into it, and some guys are like into it. And he's one of the latter. Like he gave a lot for this. So a lot of exertion on that whole thing. And obviously it didn't work out for Lithuania. But apparently he came back and elected to just kind of rest for a couple weeks. Just totally just off his feet, didn't do anything, and then ramped it back up as practice started, and that caused a bit of an irritation. So his foot started to get sore. Now they've been keeping an eye on it, and the soreness has been steadily diminishing, so I'm told. But that's kind of where we are right now, and so the question of what's going to happen from here, that's still up in the air because we don't know. Jonas is going to be, I think he's going to speak at shoot around this morning. So we'll see if he can kind of reveal any info. But for now, at least, there is some resolution to it. There's no structural damage. They did a scan, no structural damage, so that's good. They think this will be resolved with rest. How much rest, I guess that remains to be seen. But he will be reevaluated before the start of the regular season in a week and a half, and we'll go from there. So I don't know. I would say that's sort of mixed news, but there you are.
At times, you have to protect players from themselves, and this seems to be one of those things because Jonas plays one way, and that's really, really hard. And so you don't want him, and he's dealing with an ailment, you don't want him to make that ailment worse because he's out there in a preseason game, diving around on the floor, sacrificing his body, trying to make plays. So here's hoping that it does only require some rest. They get him rested, and he's ready to go in November. Well, I guess season starts in October, but hopefully by November everything is good. If it's
hopefully
not
by
good,
October everything. I mean, hopefully by
next week.
By next week,
but if it's not, let's
they'll be reevaluated. He'll be reevaluated. I mean, again,
don't want this to turn into a constant reevaluation process.
I mean, again,
that would be concerning.
Let's just be honest. Like this is a different sort of situation than any of the years that we've talked about over the last any of the last 10 when the Grizzlies were pushing for playoff berth and all that stuff. Then all these injuries were. You want Jonas to be healthy. You want the guy to be in good shape, but it's not as if this is the difference between you making the playoffs or not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not making the playoffs. You're not going to be close to making the playoffs. So you want your players to be healthy, but it's not competitively going to change the course of the season one way or the other. If anything, it just gives your young players a chance to play out of position a little bit, do some different things, see more of Jaren with Brandon Clark. You might not have seen that combination as much. You're going to see more of that tonight against the Hornets. Hornets who are very bad. Cavs made a statement over the weekend about how they might be the worst team in the league. It's going to be a real challenge at the bottom between the Hornets and the Cavs for who's going to be the worst. I think the Cavs may have the real edge. They got embarrassed. It's hard to get embarrassed in a preseason game, and they did. They managed to do it. Down 50 at one point to Boston.
Come on, Beeline, baby.
Beeline is, oh boy, rough. They got outscored 37-9 in the second quarter of the game against the Celtics.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Even in a preseason game, the score at the half was 59-26.
If you lose a game of 36, 37-9, you don't feel good about yourself.
I mean, 59-36, 59-26 at the half. Scored 26 points in the half. Gosh, that's not good, man.
No.
So they might be the worst.
Okay.
They might just be there. Let's take that break. We'll come back. Hour number 3 on the way here in the Family Leisure Studios. Peter and CJ with you. Real Sports Talk Sports 56 96.1 87.7.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
How you doing, people? And if you're in the market for a new Chevy car, truck, or SUV, new or pre-owned, see my guys at All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch. They will treat you like a star. It's simple as ABC. A is the All-Star Challenge to beat any written offer from any Mid-South dealer, or they buy you a tank of gas. B, better buying experience. They value your time and make it quick. C, customer care. They want you to be an All-Star family member for this car or truck and all the other ones you'll ever need. And before you head to All-Star and Olive Branch, check out the inventory at allstarautogroup.com. Silverados, Equinox, Traverse, Impala, Camaro. They have all you ever need with the best Chevy lineup ever. So don't go to Collierville, The Pike, or South Haven. Find new roads to Olive Branch and All-Star Chevrolet. Minutes from anywhere in Memphis, or go to allstarautogroup.com. Just mention you heard about them on this station and you'll get a Malco movie gift card when you test drive any All-Star Chevy you want.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. If you're in need of a roof, there's no better place to start than Five Ash Roofing. No matter what your situation is, we have you covered. We can walk you through the insurance process without committing fraud like many of my competitors. You'd be surprised how many times salesmen and contractors will manufacture storm damage just so they can get a sale. We do residential, multifamily, and commercial work. We're certified in every form of roofing we offer. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingle, and we don't charge extra for that. And to my knowledge, there's no other roofing company in Memphis offering that level of security. And if that's not enough, we offer a best price guarantee. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. This is Jason Mott. Join me November 9th downtown at the Column for our 8th annual Jason Mott Foundation Cornhole Challenge. Doors open at 6. For tickets and more information, click the events tab at jasonmottfoundation.org. Looking forward to seeing you out there, and let's strike out cancer.
You know when you gotta be somewhere, it's like really urgent. You don't want to do it over the phone. Some things just can't be said with an LOL or an OMG. Some things just need to be done IRL. So you get in your Nissan Altima and drive. Feel the VC turbo engine instantly react to give you more power and efficiency, so you can get where you need to go.
Hey, Eric. What are you doing here?
Like
Huh?
your social post. I liked it.
Oh, thank you. There's a button for that, right?
I do.
The Nissan Altima, now offering the most tech-advanced engine in its class. This is tech that helps you be there. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Auto-Pacific segmentation. 2020 Altima Platinum versus latest in-market competitors in the premium midsize class. Available feature. World's first production variable compression turbo engine launched by Nissan Motor Company Limited in 2018.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Oh, honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you.
Who sings this?
This
The Archies.
is the Archies.
Okay.
I'm told.
All right.
I knew that.
As opposed to the Mannings, of course. We don't get confused.
It's your fault. It's your
I
fault.
just left a sour taste in my mouth. That was
not so good. Yeah, I admit that one.
They can't all be winners.
Yeah, that wasn't a winner. That was not a winner. Kind of like Archie's NFL career for the most part.
You've got we got a big morning. You've got AAC Media Day going on right now up in the Philadelphia region of the country. And you've got Penny and Precious Achua and James Wiseman chatting it up with the media about college basketball, the men's variety, talking about that, including the coaches in a tight vote. But ultimately, they decided that they think Houston is going to be the best team in the AAC. Take that, Penny.
Who says that Houston's going to be the best?
The coaches.
Oh, okay.
By a tiebreaker, they said.
Tiebreaker.
That's right. More first place votes.
More first place votes.
Yes. So, how about that? You want some more smoke? There's some more smoke for Penny.
There you go. Bulletin board material. This is a Tigers team that seems to like feast off of naysayers, off of the trash talk. They don't need any extra motivation. They're going to be really, really good.
Okay. They like extra motivation, though.
Oh, they do.
They need extra motivation.
They do. And people just keep giving it to them.
I guess. I mean,
you don't have to poke the bear.
Did you see? We've talked about college football. Obviously, we'll maybe delve into a little bit of the NFL because it's always delightful when the Cowboys lose, especially to the Jets. That's just
and Washington wins.
And Washington wins. Very.
Come on, stop burying the lead, Peter.
Unusual. That's
embrace it, man. Celebrate it because you're not going to get it again.
I want Tua Bowl. I need Tua Bowl.
Bruce Allen just got himself a 5-year extension out of there.
Unbelievable. I mean, we need fumigation of that place. I mean, nothing that makes that makes them any more likely to keep people around is good for this team. So I just need him to lose forever until Dan Snyder sells the team, and then I'll be happy at that point. But it's great to see the Cowboys in trouble. That's awesome. That makes me happy. Very impressive performance from the 49ers, and just a fun weekend. We'll discuss a lot more NFL a little bit today, but then a lot tomorrow, as we normally do. On the program, Grizzlies are in action tonight against the Hornets as they wrap up their home portion of preseason. They've got 2 road games coming up this week as well of the preseason variety. So very, very interesting to roll through all of that. Now, in the meantime, did you see the high school play? Did you see my man pick up? There was a kid. I forget where they were in the country, but this play was amazing. He wide receiver. He catches the ball about 10 yards outside of the end zone, and the cornerback is trying to tackle him, and it's just like draped on his body. And the receiver picks up the cornerback and carries him into the end zone.
Wait, what?
He picks him up literally off the ground and runs into the end zone.
So
with
football
the guy.
in one hand and defensive back in the other hand?
Yep.
Yo!
Yeah. And that was it. I think the referee whistled him down.
Why?
I don't know. I think so. But it was like, I can't begin to tell you how. And at one point, like people are telling. There's a lot of like football players who are retweeting this saying like, "Yo, you should probably just quit the game." Like one guy says, one guy, I think Wally Agunlie, I think it was like, he's like, I'm not one for quitting, but but at some point you got to say, you know what,
this thing ain't for me.
Maybe this game sport's not for you. You might want to hang up those cleats. I'm gonna see if I can.
Did you see the other high school play in California where the guy intercepted it but went the wrong way and his own teammate had to chase him all the way down to the 10-yard line and tackle him so he didn't go in the wrong end zone?
Yeah, that was
Like, how do you not know what direction you're supposed to go?
He caught the ball and turned. Like, he did like a 360 almost. And he's just like, oh, I got the ball. I'm running this away. I have had, speaking to somebody with experience doing stuff like that, like I had to block a teammate's shot of mine on a free throw. It was a missed free throw. He got the ball and decided he was going to shoot it on this basket.
How you blocking a free throw?
I had to block his attempt to shoot it.
So your friend got the rebound on the opponent's free throw.
Teammate.
And was about to put it back in their basket.
Teammate.
And you blocked his shot.
Teammate got the rebound and was going to put it up on the opposite basket.
This is the play I was telling you about. I'll show this to you here. I'll put it where the people can see it. Like, see if you watch my man here.
Okay, he has it. He stopped him. No, he's just picking him up now.
Oh my gracious!
Yeah, forward momentum stopped, but he just lifted him off the ground.
Just lifted him off the
ground.
ground.
That guy should probably not.
They said number 2, football is not for you, my friend.
Keep your legs moving, man. Keep your legs moving. Don't stop moving your legs. You can't stop moving your legs. That's how you get picked up.
I mean, he literally picked him up off the ground.
It just carries him in there.
There's nothing more embarrassing than that. Like you'd have to. We'd have to fight.
That might
point.
be more embarrassing than James Jackson getting dunked on by an accountant.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got to grab a face
That's
mask.
way more embarrassing than getting dunked by an accountant.
When that happens, play over. Grab a face mask.
You got.
And don't let go.
No, you got to get kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
You can't. And that should probably be it for you. Get kicked out of that game, and then you just never.
And then just
play
walk
again.
to the locker room, waving to the crowd as you leave. Just thank you guys.
That was the last time you'll see me on the field. That was great.
Personal foul. This player's an embarrassment to his teammates. He's been ejected from the game.
Had a coach tell me that also. I wonder what his class is though, because in high school you get some of that like freshman 8th grader out there playing varsity for various reasons, and that type of stuff can happen. That is rough.
That can't happen.
It just did happen.
Cannot
it can't happen.
And at no level can you pick up. You should not be able to pick up the opponent. It's one thing if you get like if you do, it's bad enough if you're trying to make a tackle and you jump on a guy's back and he just kind of carries you in.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's I've seen that happen every now and then. That's not great. But never have I seen somebody just decide, you know what, I'm just going to physically pick up because you're not going to stop me, and I can't obviously not going to get off me. So
I can't run with you on me, so I'm just going to lift you.
Come on with me. Let's go. Let's go for a little ride.
Right here.
Hip pocket. Come on, little partner. Listen. I mean, like, what? I mean, that's just emasculating to an unbelievable degree. So I just don't. I don't know. Go watch the video and just tell me if you'd ever play football again at that point.
He's got to keep going.
Answer would probably be no.
He picked him up off the ground and just ran with him.
Up off the ground. I mean, when you go back to the locker room, what are your teammates saying? You can't. That can't.
I'll tell you what this teammate is saying. Yo, dog, you got picked off the ground and we didn't have to fight? Like, what are you doing?
What's happening right now?
Why? Like, I got you. All you got to do is grab the face mask, and I got you from there. I know you're a little fella. I got you, though. Once you grab the face mask, I'll come break it up and hold you back while you go crazy. But you got to do something. We as a team can't just be rolling with people getting picked up off the ground. That's not how we do things. That is not going full speed downhill, breaking face mask. That's not how we do it.
No. Oh.
That is not getting after
Getting pulled uphill.
No. You weren't getting after it on that play.
Oh, boy.
Just let go. When he goes to pick you up, just let go and fall.
Yeah.
Just let go.
Yeah. I mean, it's like getting power bombed or something. Like, just like, getting picked up like a wrestler.
And just carried.
Yeah.
It's like the groom picking up the bride and just walking across the threshold. That is what it was.
Yeah. That's true.
No, we can't have that.
They are legally married in some states. Those two guys.
They're too young for that, Peter.
What's your that's good. Not in all states, sadly. What's your, like, if you are ranking, I know we can do this if you want in the playoff variety, like who are the 4 teams in the playoff, but give me your, like, CJ's power rankings.
College football?
No. Hockey. Go.
I think this is going to be the Red Wings year. So I got Red Wings in there at 4. I also really like the moves that the Blackhawks have made. They seem to be explosive. All of the moves look to be like they're going to be able to defensively stop you from scoring. So I like them. So I put them in there. Anaheim is out there. The great goalie play. Stinky glove. Give me Anaheim at 3. And then we'll end. Yeah, the stinky glove. That goalie is outstanding out there in Anaheim. Yep. And then 3, I'll go with the New Jersey Devils. Not 3. 1. I'm sorry. 1. I'll go with the New Jersey Devils.
4-3-2-3. Okay, now let's stick with college football. Then.
Okay.
I think it's probably a little better. Honestly.
All right. LSU.
At what rank?
1. LSU is 1. Right. Alabama 2.
Okay.
I will go Oklahoma 3, Ohio State 4.
Clemson's still out of the mix, huh?
Yeah.
Even after
punting way out of the mix.
Way out of the mix?
Way out of the mix.
Really?
Yeah.
But see, they're right where they need to be. They are. Do you think right now in the if the playoff reveal were today, it's coming in the next 2 weeks? First poll is would Clemson be in it?
Yeah. Off of the strength of the name.
Which one of those would be out then? LSU, Alabama, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Which one?
Ohio State. I would think if I did it, it would be Alabama. Not Alabama. It would be LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Penn State. Then you could go Clemson.
Yeah, I think Ohio State. If you're just going to look purely from a strength of schedule standpoint, they're just not much there for Ohio State at this point. But they've done everything that you'd want them to do.
They've dominated. They don't have that close win, should have been lost out there.
They've played the most consistently excellent throughout the season thus far. And again, admittedly, they don't have much talent. They don't have much in the way of opposition, and they won't this week because they play Northwestern on Friday night. That's not going to add much to your issue there. But they do play in 2 weeks, Wisconsin. And Wisconsin, as you know.
I think we all know.
But you especially.
Oh, yes.
Because they
destroyed them.
Right in your team.
Just stomped on them and kept it rolling.
They've now had 4 shutouts through 6 games. They shut out Michigan State, who admittedly sucks, but was somehow ranked last week, which I don't,
You got to rank somebody, man.
I guess you got to rank.
You got to put 25 in there. 25, you got to rank.
Go.
Texas A&M was ranked also.
Well, they're probably better than Michigan State.
Number 1 should be ranked.
It's fine. They're not now. 4 shutouts in 6 games. They've only allowed 29 points in 6 games. That is fewer than 5 points per game allowed. CJ.
Yo.
That is good.
Yes. But they don't have a name like Ohio State in front of them.
That is very good.
If that is Ohio State, this thing reads differently. Wisconsin is going to have to go out there and be undefeated and win the Big Ten for them to get into the playoffs.
Let me tell you something, though. If they beat Ohio State,
you think that's going to be that would give them some of that clout?
Based on this level of defense, based on this level of, they've been extremely good doing the stuff that they do. They clearly are not a particularly special team in terms of offense. They're not gonna. It's pretty ugly, honestly. But my goodness, it's difficult to imagine a team doing much more. Opponents against them only average 11 first downs per game.
That's not a lot of first downs.
That's not a lot of first downs for a game.
That's not 3 first downs a quarter.
That's not a lot of first downs. And 12 of those have come because of penalties.
Oh.
So, if you talk about just actually scoring the first down, that's about they've allowed opponents to have a total of 65 first downs, 12 of those coming on penalties. So if you take the penalty ones away, or you reduce those, because a lot of teams don't have as many as 12, then that would be in the neighborhood of 8.5 per game that you've actually just earned. That's pretty crazy.
The name is what is keeping Wisconsin outside of the top 4 right now. That is what it is, because that defense is dominating, and they've looked really, really good, save for maybe the last 9-10 minutes of that Northwestern game. They've looked every bit of dominant, every bit of elite. But because it's Wisconsin, and Wisconsin hasn't done it in the playoffs, and Wisconsin doesn't have the national championships behind them, and they don't have the spectacular quarterback running around. They got outstanding running backs every single year. They've got great elite level running backs. That is not going to be enough to get you the cachet you need to jump in front of all these other undefeated teams. But Wisconsin right now looks better than Clemson.
Now, here's the other thing you have to take into account. Wisconsin looks really, really good. But within the Big Ten, 4 of the top 5 teams in terms of scoring defense are Big Ten teams. Those teams, Wisconsin and Penn State, Wisconsin's allowed 4 touchdowns this year. Penn State's allowed 5. Ohio State's allowed 5. Iowa has allowed 7. Oregon, by the way, is also in that mix too.
Really?
They've just allowed more field goals, but they are right. They've only allowed 4 touchdowns. They've allowed the same number of touchdowns in 6 games as Wisconsin, interestingly enough. So very impressive performance there. But how much of Wisconsin's defensive solidity comes from the fact that they just play in a sucky conference that has
some of it? You can factor some of it in there, and it is to in the Big Ten right now. You're either, when you watch the games, you're either getting a blowout or you're getting just a ugly ass game,
10-3,
like that
deal,
12-15 or whatever it was. Like that is what you're getting when you watch Big Ten football right now. Some of that you can say, hey, this is a conference that is void of the type of skill player talent that other conferences have, but that defense is still really, really good, and it is still a special elite level defense. And when we get to, it would be nice, Peter. It would be really nice if we had a Wisconsin versus a insert decent Big 12 team here, insert decent ACC team here, insert whomever you want from a Power 5 conference here, because it would be nice to see them go up against one of those type offenses, so we get a better feel for what they are defensively. Instead, we got to wait till bowl season now, and well, with the exception of Ohio State. So you get that Ohio State game, and that is a really legitimately good offense, like Wisconsin is a legitimately good defense. So we'll get to see what they can do there. But outside of that, I'm not sure when we'll get to see this defense actually be challenged by not just a competent or average or slightly above average offense, but a really good elite level offense. But we got to wait till January, probably, the way Wisconsin is playing, to see them do that.
Well, that's the thing. You're never able to really. This is always the problem with college football. You don't have enough games to divorce the conference stuff and the opponent stuff from your team. You only get 1 or 2 cracks at it a year, basically, with most teams, to really see them against top level opponent, to say, okay, well, this is true, this is false. And even within those games, you could have, just a weird something happen, injury, maybe team just plays really well or really poorly. It's very hard because there's just not that many games. And so, I can't fully separate Wisconsin's great defense from the fact that they play in a conference where, you don't have a lot of great offense. That's for sure.
There are more than enough games. That 12 is more than enough if you play the right teams. And right now, that is not what's going on.
But they're not
playing the right team.
You can't keep the conference schedule as is and guarantee that you're going to play the right teams.
Oh, you can absolutely do that. You can. You can go 9 conference games and then 3 out of conference games with 2 of them being against Power 5
but again,
competition.
That's only two major games.
Plus some of the games in your conference.
4? I mean, that's not even within. I'm just saying within the scope of like sample sizes. That's not a big sample size no matter what. And that's an ideal. That would be like that's huge. Most teams don't even have 4 to go on. So you're really looking at very limited windows to try to predict. That's what happens with the team with a game like South Carolina, Georgia. I mean, what we've seen of South Carolina and Georgia, you wouldn't have thought that would happen, but that Saturday in Athens, South Carolina absolutely deserved, notwithstanding the disasters of the coaching variety the last 5 minutes or so of that game, they deserved to win that game. But it doesn't we didn't think that going in because the samples were so small. You didn't. It's what makes college football both amazing and frustrating because you really don't know. You have so much variability on a week to week basis that you can see those crazy upsets. You can see that insane turn of events. And it just makes ranking teams very difficult. That's why I always think you shouldn't even begin to rank teams until about 2/3 of the way through the season. So you can at least tell, was that victory over Team X a real one or was Team X just kind of crappy? We thought, oh man, Boise State beating Florida State first weekend, oh man, this is a bit. Well, turns out Florida State just is terrible. Okay, well that all of a sudden the shine is off that a little bit. So wait, give yourself some perspective before you start to make these kinds of determinations. And that's the only thing I think about when I think about Wisconsin. It's hard for me to.
Is it hard for you with anybody else?
I mean, Penn State's the same way. I mean, they're also undefeated. They also have outstanding defensive numbers. They beat Iowa, who, again, same thing, very similar profile. I think they're good, but I also think they'd be vulnerable to a team like LSU. I feel like LSU might just hit them up for 4 or 5 touchdowns, no problem. So, and can they score 4 or 5 touchdowns? I don't see them doing that.
Yeah.
So
they didn't do it against Iowa.
And we've seen historically Big Ten SEC matchups in bowl games, for the most part, have not worked out well for the Big Ten.
Big Ten anybody bowl games don't work out well for the Big Ten.
So I take all that into account when I look at Wisconsin. I'm very impressed with the way they play, but big fish in a small pond kind of situation, or are you dominating because of the nature of where and how you're playing?
It would be nice to get more of these interconference matchups during the regular season. I don't put any stock in bowl games. I agree. That is hard to do, especially when you look at the fact that some of these guys aren't playing and just what level of focus do you have? How because a lot of times it is how excited are you to be there?
Oh yeah,
and do you want to play or not?
Yeah.
Also, because whether it's set up the way it is, all the bowl games are in the South and in the West. That is where they all are. And so you end up in a situation where you are a Big Ten team and you have to play a Florida team in Florida. Or you're a Big Ten team and you're playing a California team in California. And that's not really neutral site to me. So I would much rather see these games played home and home during the regular season, during the flow of the season. That would give us a better feel for what these teams are than giving them that bowl game at the end of the year with a month and a half off, depending on which bowl you play in. To get ready and get prepared for the game.
Yep, I think that's. So we just kind of have to guess a little bit to some extent,
and that is all this is. Everybody's best guess.
You guess as best you can here. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here as we continue the guessing game here in the Family Leisure Studios. Peter and CJ with you. Austin Eldridge as well. The Dairy Boys. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time. Weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Spencer here with ATC Fitness. We have exciting news. All premium members of ATC Fitness now have access to our newly added hydro massage lounges. That's right, for only $25 a month, you'll have access to all 18 state-of-the-art facilities, access to tanning, and now access to the best massage unit on the market. Come in today and relax with a free demo. You deserve it. Don't forget, you can also sign up online. ATCFitness.com. ATC Fitness, exercise your right to look good.
Jim Gray from Westwood One with a Monday Night Football preview, sponsored by the Alliance for Lifetime Income. Learn more at retireyourrisk.org. NFC North action coming up when the Green Bay Packers host the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford and Detroit are coming off their bye week, while the 4-1 Packers picked up an impressive win over the Cowboys, including 4 rushing touchdowns from Aaron Jones. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers was impressed.
He's a really good screen runner. He's good out of the backfield. He's a very elusive guy. He's good at direct snaps, obviously, now. But the best part about Aaron Jones is the kind of guy that he is. He is a dream teammate to play with.
Kevin Harlan and Hall of Famer James Lofton will have the call from Lambeau Field on Monday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long, right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
O'Reilly. Prepare your vehicle for the weather ahead during Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts with great deals on batteries and accessories. Plus, save on your next oil change with 5 quarts of Valvoline Max Life motor oil and a MicroGuard filter, just $28.99. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
As a jet car racer, Elaine Larson has had interesting experiences.
I hit a wall at 280 miles an hour.
While most of us don't race jet cars, we get that life comes with risk. But retirement shouldn't. Elaine purchased an annuity to secure a protected income stream for the rest of her life, so her money won't stop working when she does. Find out more at retireyourrisk.org. Brought to you by the Alliance for Lifetime Income, the sole sponsor of the 2019 Rolling Stones No Filter U.S. Tour.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
It's just announced, C.J., that the Ireland College Football Classic in 2021, where we export our finest college football product over to the Emerald Isle to really give them a good feel for what it's like, is going to be Illinois and Nebraska.
Do we dislike Ireland for some reason?
What do they do to us? Is what
I thought we were friendly with them. I thought we were.
Boy,
not sending this over there.
I mean, what are we doing?
Illinois and Nebraska fans shouldn't have that game in their state.
Are they even going to?
Are they going to? No, Peter. No, they're not going to travel to that
Illinois
game.
Fans?
No.
Do we think is Illinois on the rise? Are they?
No.
Are we ready for them to break out in 2021? Are they?
No, we
Scott
are
Frost, maybe Nebraska by then.
No,
maybe,
they won't be
they
either.
Probably won't, but
No.
maybe Illinois or. Oh boy,
why those two? Why not pit something better?
It's a great question. I have no answer for you.
Alabama play Troy State over there or something like that.
That would be Coastal Carolina, Appalachian State. There we go.
That would be better than Illinois, Nebraska.
I agree. How about the old baseball yesterday? CJ?
How about them?
What about it?
They swinging them bats out there.
The old slap of the mitt.
Yeah.
The smell of that grass.
On the old diamond, as I like to call it.
Crack of the bat.
Stuff was happening.
Oh, baby.
A lot of stuff was
What
happening.
happened to Austin Eldridge's St. Louis Cardinals? They got all the way to the NLCS and hosting the first two games. I mean, you're feeling so good. The Dodgers have been eliminated. The Washington Nationals are, much better matchup probably than those Dodgers who are loaded with talent. You have to start that one out in West Coast and Chavez Ravine. And no, you get to host in the greatest stadium with the greatest fans in the world, and they can't get a hit. They basically no hit for the majority of these games.
People close to the situation have told me, and by close to the situation, I mean announcers and things I've read, have told me that this is kind of what the Cardinals were this season, where the bats can get hot, but most of the time they're really, really cold. I saw somewhere that they had the fewest home runs and runs scored of any team in the MLB with a winning record. And that they're just
on again, off again.
They just really struggle to hit the ball in playing to hit the ball at times. And that 10-run outburst in the first inning against the Braves, or 11 runs,
left all the runs in Atlanta,
was more of an anomaly and not something that they certainly. Of
Well,
course,
I mean,
11 runs.
You
in
can
an
just
inning,
look
you
at
can't
that
do
Cardinals lineup and understand they're not going to be scoring 8-9 runs a game. But
can they not get 3 or 4?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Mike Schilt, I love Mike Schilt. I've loved what he's done with the Cardinals, getting them back to the playoffs already. Been incredible. And he's all about loyalty, and that's what he's loyal. We got to be loyal. But at some point, you've got to make a change when you have a lineup that is sputtering. I'm not even saying take people out of the lineup, but move them around. Put Tommy Edman back in the leadoff spot where he was on fire. Set up Goldie. Set up Ozuna. You got to do something, because clearly Dexter Fowler and Colton Wong in the 1-2 are not getting it done. And the Cardinals are not getting hits.
Is this right? 4 hits, 1 run in the 2 games at home?
Yeah.
That's not going to get it done.
No, and now you got to go to Washington, and got Flaherty on the mound, great, but they've got Strasburg, and we don't tend to score runs for Flaherty as it is. Now you got to do it on the road when you're already down 0-2.
Against a good pitcher.
Against a great pitcher. I mean, just...
You should have scored all 13 runs in that final. You could have saved some.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
You guys blew them all in that one game. That was too many.
Yeah,
you got to keep some in your pocket. That's a rookie move.
I thought there was rollover runs. That's not a thing.
No. They don't. They don't
roll over.
They didn't upgrade the plan.
Well, and
why didn't y'all upgrade the plan?
Well, and on top of that, they could have easily pulled Jack Flaherty and not even used him at most for an inning or two when you're already up by 10, and they decided to go ahead and use him. So now he's not even available till Game 3. You got to go with Michaelis and Wainwright, and it just everything has cut. And those two guys pitched great. They pitched out of their minds, but the Cardinals did not score any freaking runs.
Would you say that the Nats have started some S?
They certainly have, and I mean, right now,
Mike Schilt is, that's kind of his thing.
You go down 0-2, you're not going to win very
that.
many series. And the thing about it, like, I don't know, they're swinging at everything. They're swinging at pitches that I could throw. I mean, they're so far out of the zone, they're up there swinging at them, and you're not going to get many hits like that. And I get that it's hard to hit them. I mean, hitting a baseball thrown by a major league pitcher is the hardest thing to do in sports. But that's what you're paid to do. You got to put the ball in play. It's unbelievable how bad they have looked at the play. They're just up there looking lost,
and they still got to the championship.
Still got there, and
it's
based on the games that they had the timely runs for whatever reason, was just enough to get them there.
Set up beautifully for them.
Got hot at the right time, and now they're going cold at the wrong time. This is how baseball is sometimes, unfortunately.
It's true. It's how baseball is.
Is there a streakier sport?
Not really.
It's golf. Golf? I don't know.
I mean, it's just different. It's
okay.
Different, totally different sport. I mean, it's hard to say because baseball there's so many games, but then you get down to the playoffs and there's really not very many games, and it's such a divergent situation. And in particular with baseball, you can have one situation like one pitcher just have a really bad outing and it can ruin the whole thing. So many different little variables in baseball. It's hard. I think it's hard to compare it. But I do think, irrespective of any of that stuff, they got to win this game. And with what we've seen from Strasburg, who I don't think that he certainly wasn't at his absolute best in that closeout game against the Dodgers, but he was good enough. He was spectacular early on in that series, and he's really growing into a postseason role. I don't know. There's something about this Nationals team with the way that they've come together. I don't know whether you want to call it the Bryce Harper loss has inspired them and made them play more together. So I don't know, but this is going to be a crazy, to the extent that a crowd in baseball matters at all, and I debate whether that's a huge deal. It'll be a completely insane crowd tonight hosting a championship series game in Washington for the first time in forever. I don't know, since the 20s or something. So they're going to be jacked up. Mm-hmm. They're going to be fired up. It's enormous. And I think it's going to be a pretty low scoring game, but that to me favors the Nationals because I think, you're going to get one or two big hits, and I just don't know if the Cardinals are capable of that at this point. They've really struggled.
And you're going to play differently. You get up 2, 3, 4 runs, on a different team. It is okay. Like pressure's still on because their bats are about to come alive any moment now. With the Cardinals' bats being dead for most of this, for the entirety of this series, in the first 2 games at home, you get up on by 3, 4 runs. You look around like they're not going to be able to catch us. Now you're playing a bit more freer, and you're playing instead of thinking. You're reacting instead of thinking, and that's what you want in all sports, is to just instinctively do whatever it is the sport requires you to do without having to think about it, and you play looser, and it's going to be hard for the Cardinals to go out there and get 1, let alone 2 wins up there in D.C.
Let's go to the phone lines. We're talking a little bit.
Okay, let's do it.
And we can talk some baseball. We can talk a little college football.
Who's on the phone?
Welcome, caller. How are you? You want to say hi to CJ?
What's up, CJ? I tried calling you this weekend. You didn't return a brother phone call.
Oh, Lord. Why is he on the phone?
CJ's dad.
There was a reason I was trying to avoid this man. Who put him on?
This is how we have to.
First off, didn't you call me after close of business?
What's close of business? No, I didn't
6?
Call you at the close of business.
What time you call me?
About 1 or 2.
Oh, that was nap. We were closed.
Oh, okay.
Your boy was taking a nap. My fault.
Siesta.
Yeah, siesta.
I missed the hours of operation.
Yeah,
that's right. CJ's got, that's why CJ didn't do a lot of business. His hours are real weird.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here at my desk in my office, and I get disturbed by this comment that Wisconsin don't play defense. Are y'all out y'all minds?
No.
Wisconsin is a serious college football defense.
Who said
And-
Wisconsin didn't play defense? We definitely said
Someone
they
said,
played.
like-
We said they played great defense. You just have to take into account who they're playing it against.
That's my whole point. You make it sound like they're not playing. Like you're saying that they're not playing quality teams, or the teams in the Big Ten don't play offense. Well, how about maybe the teams in the other conference don't play defense? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. And then somebody I'm not going to call the comment asinine, but somebody made the comment that maybe Wisconsin can't hang with LSU, or sometimes the Big Ten teams have trouble with SEC teams. And I just thought off the top of my head, didn't Wisconsin just beat LSU a couple years ago?
It was Penn State that the statement was about.
Oh, my bad. My bad. And then, haven't Michigan beat Florida 3 out of 4 times?
Bowl games again. I if you were listening, you heard it said that we don't really put much stock in the.
Check this out. If they're playing on the moon, they're playing on Neptune, wherever they're playing at, they're playing football. Michigan beat Florida 3 out of the 4 times that they played.
Well, that game on Neptune was controversial, though.
And this is what, check it out. This is what Florida having talented players. They had y'all boy, what's his name, Tebow. Michigan beat them with Tebow. They beat them without Tebow. So Michigan just had that little hiccup last year here in Atlanta against Florida. But we forget other times Michigan has drugged Florida.
All right.
And had my boy Mike Hart not fumbled the ball 2 times, Michigan might have scored 100 points against Florida.
I don't want to do this to you.
So,
I'm going to do this. No, I don't want to do this to you. But here we go. So SEC is 94-64-2 against the Big Ten.
That's
so
a
that
great
is
point. I love that point.
That
I
is,
love that. Go keep going.
Yeah. In bowl games, SEC is 55-31 against the Big Ten.
I love that.
Yeah. The SEC teams, and the only SEC teams that have a losing record against Big Ten teams are Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Vanderbilt. Everybody else.
I love that stat. I love that stat.
Why am I not surprised that my Ole Miss Rebels have a losing record against the Big Ten?
While we're talking stats, what is Michigan's record against SEC teams?
Michigan against SEC teams is 9-14. Historically.
9-14.
9-14. That would be 9 wins and 14 losses.
That's good. That's great.
I would disagree with that. I think that's maybe not so great.
It's great, but we're not even talking about that aspect. Though. We're talking.
What aspect? That is literally the only aspect we're talking about.
CJ, your dad doesn't like the SEC very much, does he?
Check this out. We're talking about Wisconsin. Wisconsin really is truly a top-notch defense. To anyone, like I don't even care about what people say about other teams. But disrespect Wisconsin and what those guys are doing. Come on, they're not scoring. You realize that? Teams are not scoring against Wisconsin.
I agree. Listen, Wisconsin is fantastic. 4 shutouts in the first 6 games. I don't care who you're playing. That's fantastic. That's really good.
Wisconsin, like CJ made a great point. If
I doubt that. I doubt that. But
I did.
If Wisconsin was a different team, let's say Wisconsin was Miami, Wisconsin was Florida, Wisconsin was Florida State with a top defense and probably the best running back in the country, they'd be number 1 right now.
I mean, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And the best thing about college football is that it's still young in the season. A lot of this stuff's going to play out, and I
just want you to know, I'm not. You're overstating. I'm on board with Wisconsin's defensive prowess. I said that what they're doing is spectacular. You've only allowed 29 points in your first 6 games. That's crazy. 4 shutouts in your first 6 games. That's remarkable.
Who have they played?
Well, Michigan in particular is the one that I'm.
Okay, they played Michigan. They beat a good Michigan team. Keep going.
That offense is not good.
No, that offense is not good.
Michigan's a good team. Keep going. Who else?
Why do you think Michigan's a good team?
Because once again, this is young in the season. Michigan only lost.
How it's halfway through.
They lost. Still young. They still only lost to a top 10.
When does it get old?
Who has one of the best defense? Probably like week 11 or 12. But still,
that's the end of the season.
That's when it's fully grown.
That's when it's fully grown.
We digress.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's played. Who have they played?
Wisconsin shut out South Florida. Boom. Central Michigan. Boom. Kent State. Wham. Michigan State. Boom. Northwestern scored 15 against them, and Michigan scored 14 against them. That's your 29 points right there.
So Wisconsin is a good college football team for what we know right now. Let's not act like those other teams. Who has Alabama played?
Texas A&M. Let's see who else.
Garbage. Who else?
But
who else?
I don't understand the. I don't understand but I don't understand the point though. So like, Alabama's clearly a good team. There's no dispute.
We don't know because they haven't played nobody. We just basing it on their reputation. That's all we're doing.
We don't know that anyone's a good team. We don't know that anyone's a good team. We don't know that anyone's a good team. I mean, we
know the teams where I play quality teams, what they look like.
I mean, again, South Carolina beat Georgia. Does that mean they're a good team?
I'm pretty much going to roll with that, yeah.
Okay, so then you dismiss the fact that Alabama beat them by 3 touchdowns plus. So therefore, there's a good team. If you want Alabama, boom, they've beaten a good team.
Alabama played one good team. All right, we'll go with that.
Duke's had a great run, and Alabama just destroyed them early on. Texas A&M has played pretty decent this year.
Texas A&M is garbage. They're only getting credit for being
because they Texas A&M like that. That is why we are high on A&M because they are A&M.
Hey,
I haven't seen anything from them.
They're a decent team.
People are high on A&M because they got the SEC.
They're better than South Florida. I'll put it that way. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's if we're just comparing these things. That's all.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna call you guys back another 3 weeks so we can see where.
Daddy, real quick, Daddy, before you go.
Yep.
Peter was wrong. Michigan is 14-9 against the SEC, 8-7.
I know he was
in
wrong.
bowl
I
games.
bust him on his show. I knew he was wrong. They want to bust him on his show. I wanted to just roll with that.
I may have misstated that.
Holla at you, Daddy.
I may have misstated that, but
you may have misstated.
I may have misstated that. That's a possibility that I may have misstated that. It's possible. Anything is possible. We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes in life. But I knew better than that. I just let it roll. I just wanted my whole point really wasn't with Michigan. My point is that Wisconsin's a good quality team, and if they had a different symbol or brand on their helmet, then they'd probably be number 1 right now.
All right, I'll call you after the show, Daddy. You can't keep talking to me at work. I got stuff to do. We'll talk to you later.
We don't need to talk no more. We can talk sometime Thursday sometime.
Conrad Hurt Sr.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. CJ's dad. Always good with CJ's dad checking in on the program.
Oh,
he doesn't like the SEC, does he?
He does not like the SEC.
Boy.
It's okay.
That makes family get-togethers great.
Oh, yeah.
Just nobody's talking. Just, you know what I think? I think Texas A&M would beat the hell out of Ohio State and just let him go. Just get out the way. On that topic about the name brand, if it was Texas A&M defense doing this, they would certainly be getting more love and more respect.
Because they would have done it against
Alabama,
Clemson, and Alabama. That would be worthy of
high
incredible
praise.
High praise.
Yes.
With respect to South Florida and Central Michigan.
And Michigan. And Michigan State.
Again.
Did they play BYU?
Wisconsin dominating Michigan. They're
the state champs of Michigan.
They're for sure the state champs of Michigan.
Only giving up 14 points to Michigan schools.
That's it. Let's take a break. We'll come back, continue wrapping things up here on the Experience in the Family Leisure Studios. Sports 56 96.1 87.7.
Get happy with Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Weekday afternoons from 1 till 3 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
New Life Medical Center has moved to a new, larger location that allows them to better serve their patients. I go to New Life Medical Center for testosterone replacement therapy, which is one of many things they do. They also treat erectile dysfunction and can relieve the pain of joint injuries with stem cell and platelet-rich plasma treatments. They also take care of patients with diabetes, high blood pressure, sick visits, and much more with no appointment necessary and minimal wait times. New Life Medical Center is now at 9160 Highway 64. That's just off I-40. Stop in and see what they can do for you.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
Hi, folks. Rob Walker, Infinity of Memphis, and we've got a new Infinity crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like two engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infinity has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And QX50 MSRP starts at only $36,550, which is less than its Acura, Audi, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
MSRP excludes destination charge, tax, title, license, and options. Infinity of Memphis or online at infinityofmemphis.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Pour some sugar on me.
Yeah.
Sugar on me. By me, I mean the dessert because it's National Dessert Day.
I'm tasty, girl. Or guy, depending on how you roll.
Do you know what this song is really about?
Cake? I don't know. What is
Banana pudding, clearly.
Yeah, cinnamon rolls.
Oh, okay. Good.
But you know what cinnamon rolls really means, right?
The tasty dessert?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Any kind of thunder rolls? Because I feel like somewhere cinnamon roll comes out and then thunder roll comes out.
Thunder rolls. So we've been talking obviously a lot of football. We got SEC discussion ongoing. We talked about Memphis's. That was bad. That was bad. Getting screwed by the AAC, not for the first time. Really poor officiating situation. The conference is Bush League in terms of its officiating. It has been for a while and it continues to be. Until that changes, it's hard to be taken super seriously as a power conference. That's pitiful. You know, obviously Memphis didn't play well enough to win that game. They probably should have, in spite of that. Very poor stuff. And you've got the basketball media day going on. Imagine we'll hear some of that from the what is that on?
I have no clue what time it ever is on this show, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
What time do you think it was?
I thought we still had like another segment.
We do. We're in the middle of it.
No, I thought we had one after this.
Oh, we don't.
Okay. See? Like I'm thinking it's like 9:30.
It's fair enough.
Okay.
So I know Greg and Eli will be talking a lot about what's going on up there and a lot of the comments that they've made and Precious Achua and James Wiseman and Penny Hardaway and so on and so forth.
It's apparently going to be an interesting show. Greg has tweeted out that he might be more animated than usual or might even be downright mean, was his words.
About what?
I feel like he's been downright mean before.
Yeah, he could have been. I feel like he has been too, but I think apparently he's
Why is he
I just have a feeling it might have to do with something that happened over the weekend. I can't put my finger on it.
Usually,
or maybe I can't put my shoulder pad on it.
When I get off air, I go to the other room and listen in there. But I might have to stand over there with you today, Austin. See Greg get fired up because
I may have to duck. I mean, he might throw something through the window.
If I haven't seen Greg fired up yet, like if what I've seen of Greg that I perceive to be fired up isn't him fired up, I need to watch this because this is going to be like great.
Yeah, watch it on the what is it, the big five? What does Peter call them? The big five, the Power Five? What is it?
What, Power Five?
or the
Power
six.
six.
How many Facebook or
Facebook,
how many social media platforms are we
Instagram,
on?
Twitter.
Yeah.
The Fab Five, the Fantastic Five, the one of them fives.
Yeah.
The Fresh Five.
Foolish Five.
The
For pity.
For pity.
For pity. Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. For pity. All right, so got to get out of here. Of course, a reminder, tonight you've got preseason action, the Grizzlies and Hornets down at FedEx Forum, the preseason finale. Just real quick, do you know, I watched it again over the weekend. You know what Zion's doing in the preseason?
Yeah.
You see his numbers?
Yes.
Do you know what his numbers are?
Is he like 72% from the field?
71. He's 23 points per game, 71% shooting from the field. 7 rebounds, 2 steals. And more importantly, he did only in 27 minutes. So 23 points in 27 minutes, pretty good. 1.9 points per shot. That's extremely good. I don't know if you know that or not. 2 points, on a layup. So if you average 1.9 points per shot, that's pretty good. And did you see him go after Rudy Gobert?
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah.
Like one-on-one?
Fearless.
Giving up 7 inches of height?
Yep.
Didn't matter.
At all.
Just
go get it.
Worked him. And maybe Gobert's playing off because it's preseason, all that. I mean, that's possible. But early returns are this could be, and he's like the 4th, 5th option in that offense. He's not even like getting stuff run for him.
Mm-hmm.
This is scary, guys.
Going to be interesting.
I mean, I'm a big Ja fan, but yikes. You know what I mean?
He was number 1 for a reason.
For a reason. We got to get out of here. Coming up next, it is Middays with apparently a very mean Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy, presumably.
I don't know. He hadn't said anything about the Cowboys' loss yet, so he may
he's
be
probably not gonna be in a great
normal
mood
Eli.
either. So this could get contentious on the show today. That'd be fun. I like that. Want to say a big thank you to Austin, of course. Big thanks to me. Big thanks to all of our listeners, and thanks to CJ, his dad, for calling in. Coming up next, Middays.